Hello.
Ah.
This might work. This seems to work. That camera's very weird.
That is weird.
I'm going to turn that while
Yeah.
we're here. Hello, folks. While John does his deployment, sorry about the delay in starting, because we've decided to wreck the studio, which seemed like the thing to do at the time. Hopefully you can hear us. And if so, tell us in the chat. And about half an hour when the chat delay catches up, we will go, oh, that's nice. Thanks. So, welcome to the 80th anniversary of Villers-Bocage, finally. John is just getting deployed. If you've seen the vlog, you'll know kind of what's happening. If you haven't, I'll read through the historical background in a moment. But first, I'll show you our table. He said, hopefully. Let's see what cameras they've put on here. Ooh, there's one. So, that is straight. The roads are crooked. That's the French for you. So this is the main town of Villers-Bocage. That road, with an objective marker on it, leads to point 213, where the British officers decided to have a tea break and got absolutely lamped by Wittmann and the 101st Schwer Panzer Company. That were sitting around going, we've got 8 Tiger tanks, and some British armours just pulled up and got out in front of us. Weird. Approximately 3 foot of this board brings you to about here. So this is the back of Villers-Bocage going towards the sea. This is where the British have come from. And as you can see, John is currently digging into the houses. There's another objective here, the nice black square. Hopefully that shows up. And there's another objective here. Again, a nice black square that hopefully shows up, so that you can see where we're going. John's got 2 formations. He will be rocking the County of London Yeomanry on foot. I say on foot, technically they have lorries. You may or may not want to put them in lorries.
We have lorries.
We have.
We may not use the lorries,
okay, well,
but they are here.
They are there. So 1 formation of infantry with guns.
1 formation of infantry with a section of 4 6-pounder anti-tank guns,
okay,
which is going to be, I think, quite vital for me.
Are the sextons attached to that, or are they attached to the armour?
The sextons are the divisional support for the tanks.
Okay, so 1 armour formation with artillery support, 1 infantry formation with anti-tank support, sitting in a position where they can do the Lord's own work. Ignore that. Don't worry about that.
Don't worry about that.
Don't worry about that. Obviously, if both formations get broken, then it's a win, depending on who you're talking to, I suppose. On my side, I have something similar, but different. So I've got the 101st. Wittmann's brought 5 Tigers to play, backed up by the, I think it was the 902nd Panzerlehr, but Panzerlehr anyway, so mechanised Panzer Grenadiers, along with their company of Panzer IV tanks. So I have quite a few Panzers, 5 Tigers, and then each of those are separate formation, and each of those have infantry mounted in half tracks. So hopefully they'll be able to do quite well. Obviously the game auto finishes when we hit the point where a formation or both formations from a side are broken. Otherwise, it's whoever holds the most objectives at game end. We'll find out when game end is. Game end is a nebulous affair, let's put it like that. It's difficult to say exactly when. They suggest 11 turns, but this was written for 2 editions previously.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether or not 11 turns will be where we're at by the time the shit hits the fan.
Yeah.
So
we're going to find out.
Yeah.
Put it that way. We'll make it painful.
Yeah. So John's going to continue setting up. If that's the overhead, then what's my front camera with the table? Not that one.
Not that.
Oh, we've got side. Oh, I've not told you about the side cameras.
Oh.
Oh, delightful. So there's one of John's. Here's one of mine.
Yep.
They are You may have noticed the streets are very narrow, and this is because we can, in a Beasts of War bolt action style thing from 100 years ago, take a camera off and go lurking down the street, going, what's that down the street? Is it terrible tanks? I think it is. There's more over here. They're everywhere. They're terrible tanks. Although those aren't too terrible. I don't mind those. These I have no respect for, because these are going to knock the ever-living bejeebus out of my Tigres. So, yes, we have these. I'll pop you back to, actually I'll pop you back to that. We did have another camera set up, but I can't find it on the little switchy box.
Well,
so I will have a look and see if it's attached to the switchy box, or if indeed it's been set up somewhere entirely different, in which case you may just have us at the front, top down, and then whatever I do with that. And John has one as well. There it is.
yes.
So hopefully you'll be able to see what's happening down the little narrow streets of Villers-Bocage. You have the option to keep a platoon in reserve.
I do.
Don't feel like you need to keep a platoon in reserve. If you want to put them all out and preferably in the middle of the road for me, that would be neat.
Yeah, I'm sure that's not exactly what's going to happen.
No?
No.
You're no fun anymore, John. I remember
No.
when you used to be cool.
When was that?
Anyway,
Yeah.
so I will chuck some stuff out there. I've even brought Panzerlehr dice.
Yeah.
Panzerlehr.
I got given the Desert Rat stuff, so I was like, yeah, sure. I'll have that.
These are great because they've got a lovely layer symbol on the 6. And whenever I used to play Flames of War Lost back in 2nd edition with my friends, they used to roll an awful lot of 6s, and I would just look at them and go, lair. And they hated me for it. They hated me so much.
I wonder why.
Oh, that's a terrible roll. Let's get that one out of the way before the game starts.
Right, so I need to figure out where I'm putting some infantry now.
I would suggest dug in like ticks
Oh, yeah,
in every building you can.
Yeah, so I'm just going to start taking roofs off houses and
Yeah, the nice thing about
piling infantry in.
the nice thing about piling infantry into houses is bulletproof cover means they're absolutely ridiculous to get rid of. I'm going to come around here and see what chat's saying. Have they been screaming for half an hour that they can't hear us?
Something about sniper cam.
Actual World War II game back on the channel. You've not been paying attention. There's been a few bolt actions and stuff.
Yeah.
Been funky. There'll be a 0 to 100 hours San Nazaire one coming. So that's just getting seasick. Take some Dramamine. I was going to tell him to take a spoonful of cement and harden up, but I thought that's a terrible thing to say to a viewer. Although I am thinking it, pun dancer. I'm thinking it very loud. Whatever you do, don't use Ben's dice. Well, I can't do that. Can't do that because Ben took them all with him. Because Ben is the worst. Somebody says Cromwell's are cute. It's only because you didn't see what he did to Drogheda. Oh, you mean the tanks? Right, yeah. That makes more sense.
Yeah, the tanks, Gerry, not the
Not the delightful man.
not the oppressor.
Yeah, you know, but if you frame him in a different way, he's a really nice person. For example, he loved hurling and was a Republican, not a fan of the monarchy. Surely he would fit right in Ireland. Strange that he didn't. Don't know what went on there. Some people are just like that, I suppose.
I guess so. So as you say, I'm going to dig in like a tick.
Like a tick on a dog.
A tick on a dog.
You know what the worst part is? We had a really nice camera shot down the whole length of the street, and it doesn't appear to be on that. And I'm gutted because it took us ages to get that actually working.
Yeah.
So, well, c'est la vie.
Bit of a shame.
So for people who didn't see the vlog and are unaware of the history, at Villers-Bocage, the British pushed the Germans out. However, the German counteroffensive came in hard, led by Wittmann, who decided to go on what they call Wittmann's Wild Ride, which actually started on this road, but much further up, came into town, went all the way down. Oh, I should use your camera for this, but I won't. Went all the way down this road, either knocking out tanks and half-tracks that were parked while they had a break, or in one notable case, driving over a load of anti-tank guns that were parked up. Got to here, shot a few more tanks, decided I'm going home, turned around and was coming back when one of the 6-pounders he hadn't actually flattened. The crew had managed to get it up, operational, and I think he knocked his track off. So the Tiger was knocked out and he fled for a new Tiger. So that was the first hint that there were big cats in the area with Wittmann. But yeah,
think the thing that you have to remember is that Tiger went in on its own.
Oh yeah.
The first thing that caused was, hey, there's Germans over there. Like the British up at point 213 were already expecting a German counterattack, because
oh yeah, it was coming.
Yeah, what had happened previous to Wittmann's wild ride, whatever, was the Germans were pulling out of the sector. They were in full retreat from this area, and then they stopped, and the British went up. The officers went up to 213 to have a look to see what was going on, because they knew the Germans were good at regrouping and forcing a counterattack. The Germans were pretty quick at that as well, so the British were trying to get eyes on what was happening. Meanwhile, Wittmann just decided to alert everybody by going in on his own. So
Yeah.
where we are in the scenario now is that push back.
Yes. So after landing back to pick up a new Tiger to go and play with his friends, they contacted Berlin, who was the general for the area, and put together a little Kampfgruppe to go in. They did weird things. They did so many weird things all the time. I'm never going to get around the fact that camera 3 is now hooked up to camera 2, and camera 3 is black.
Oh, fantastic.
People will be forever seeing black boxes on this.
Yeah.
And I'd say forgive me now, but it's not my fault. So when they came in here, and this is obviously a reduced version of the street layout, there should be a third road and things are sort of compressed in a way, but they came in sort of piecemeal. The Tigers first, half-assed, followed by Panzerlehr. In dribs and drabs, not really supporting. By the time the Tigers had got to the middle of town and were starting to run into trouble, that's when the infantry were arriving at the outskirts, which was kind of insane for anybody going into a built-up area.
Yeah.
I mean, why they would do that? So, to give you the brief we have for the scenario, for the Germans, after his Tiger tank was damaged during his solo attack on Villers-Bocage, Obersturmführer Wittmann retired with his crew on foot. Realizing the gravity of the situation, he headed directly to the headquarters of the Panzerlehr Division, where Fritz Berlin was scrounging together a force to take the threat to his rear on. Wittmann immediately headed back to point 213, gathering the forces of the 101st. Meanwhile, the Kampfgruppe of Panzer IVs and small infantry support under Helmut Rittgen advanced towards Villers-Bocage. Their mission was to seal off the exits west and south of the town. The Kampfgruppe soon became suppressed by fire from hidden anti-tank guns as they began to skirt the defences, and they linked up with the SS Tiger tanks. Meanwhile, the British, after running Wittmann out of Villers-Bocage, tip, tip, toodle pip, the British began organising an attempt by B and C squadrons of the 4th County of London Yeomanry to rescue A Squadron, trapped near point 213. But long before they are ready, the squadron sends a frantic message and all contact is lost. So with the fall of point 213, the fighting moves to Villers-Bocage itself. While the army are seeking a way forward, the infantry of the 7th Battalion of the Queen's Royal Regiment prepares to hold it against the inevitable counterattack. The railway yard is secured by A Company, B and C companies take up position in town, guarding the main approach, and D Company is placed in reserve, covering the western flank. So, the battalion's 6-pounder anti-tank guns are concealed throughout the town, although not in this case, because they have to be deployed as a unit in this game. I should have let... I'm tempted to let you deploy them wherever you want, mate, if you want to.
Oh, no.
No. You want to keep them together?
It would thin them out too much.
It would thin them out, but be more historically accurate.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to have your fire reduced significantly to get
sure.
historical accuracy.
I'm sure.
All around, the British troopers can be heard the clank of heavy steel tracks advancing down the roads towards the town, and the battle is about to begin. So, you are deployed.
I believe so. It's been quite a while since I've had a Flames of War game, so I'm kind of just trying to remember off the fly here. So
Yeah.
I think I've deployed correctly. I've made sure my platoons are the right size.
That's the most important thing. Oh, to be fair, I don't mind.
Yeah.
If your platoons are slightly wrong.
I'm sure.
The makeup of your platoons is the same for all three anyway, so 6 sections of rifle MG.
Yeah, 6 MG rifle, 1 Piat and 1 mortar.
And then a little SMG
No,
HQ
no
unit.
SMG, not according to my
No?
card. So I've adjusted them
so
to
you've,
that.
So you've just got a little command unit going, hello, here, how are you?
Yeah.
Oh, SMGs. Shame. Right, well this should be relatively quick for me. You're probably not going to be able to see much of this, he said, pressing the right button. Yay. I've got the last foot or so of this table. Which
Do you want a mobile camera for that?
I might do. I'm going to grab a tape measure and see exactly where a foot is here. Because I know what a foot is. And a foot's about that. And that seems very little to deploy on. Let's just have a quick look. See, I should know exactly where a foot is because I cut the roads and they were all off those templates. That's right, you'll see actually most of this. So, our survey says all the infantry are going to be starting in half tracks. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thought you would appreciate that.
I'm sure.
Let me just move my pieces. Oh man, decisions, Jonathan.
What are you going to do? Well,
Well,
where are you going to go?
where am I going to do today? Who am I going to do it with? I'm going to start with.
I think we need
set
another.
of-
I think we need another camera shot on that, Gerry, to actually see what people are doing.
I think so. Oh, Lord in heaven. I just looked down. You just have, point my camera at that. Filth.
Hang on a sec.
Because that is, can you get those? And then,
Yeah.
yeah. I was going to put people right at the end of that road.
Yeah.
And then I looked down that street. Those little narrow village streets are horrendous. But I'll do this if you tilt up slightly. I'll start the bidding with that. You see that?
Yeah, we see
You
that.
see him as well.
Yeah.
You're not so clever now, Mr. Man, are you? Yeah, yeah.
I'm sure it's fine.
I'm positive it's not. But,
But who gets to fire first?
well, time will tell on that note, won't it? Right, in that case, I think I will chuck my half tracks down. Right, whoa. there you
Wait, whoa.
go. My half tracks are probably going to go in here, since at least this way there's no clear shots directly at me on this little road. Let me come down past this lovely little cafe. So that's them, and then we've got the SS. Can be in these half tracks somewhere else. Oh man. I think I'm going to cry, is what I think, actually. Now I think about it out loud, John.
Yeah.
I'm going to put my infantry back slightly. I'm going to pop in some Panzer IVs in front. And then the other infantry can come down this street. And they can support the Panzer IVs, he said in a high questioning voice. Or at least some of the Panzer IVs.
I see Tuffy in the chat there saying, talking about Con being a day one objective and taking quite a while to the British to actually get to it. Well, yeah, I mean, they friggin' flattened con with bombers and stuff. It didn't really help very much.
Them is the bricks, as they tell me. I imagine, he said in a slightly high questioning voice, I imagine I'll pass my cross-check to get over that at the first time of asking.
You hope you will?
I very much hope I will.
What sort of cross-checks are you dealing with on the Panzers?
I mean, I imagine they're all just terrific. Oh, there's that black screen again. Oh my God, I hate it so much. Tigres are going to cross on a 3, he said, potentially.
Yeah, all my stuff crosses on a 3, so.
Tigers, tigers, tigers. Yeah. And the Panzer IVs.
In the chat, Tit Warbler, fantastic name because I was chatting to him during the live stream for UKGE. There is no air support on the British side, I don't think.
There's no air support at all.
No.
Yeah. Although I do have some nice red flags hanging off the back of some of my Panzers, just in case air support arrives.
Yeah.
So we could wave that around. Please don't drop bombs on us. Yeah, 3s for everybody for crossings. So yeah, I imagine they'll get over that lickety split. I don't even know why you're worried, John.
I'm not worried.
I'm not worried either.
I've tanks for days.
I had noticed that. I wish I hadn't noticed that, but I have noticed that.
To be fair, I do think your Tigers do balance it out a little bit.
Yes. Is it enough, though? Is it enough? Command. Bump, bump, bump. Then these guys. Bocage is tall obstacles, by the way.
And that means...
It means...
Is it +1 to cross, or...?
It's trickier to cross. It's bulletproof cover for infantry, but also if you pass through 2 inches, you can't shoot. And these are all 1 inch wide.
Yeah.
So you can't go through 2 layers of bocage to hit somebody on the other side, which is a crying shame. I know we're all very disappointed by that. I mean, I certainly am. So they go there, they go there.
Well, we've got a historian in the chat. The Allied air happened at 7 AM on the 12th, so it would have already happened by the time this battle was commencing, according to that. So there's an excuse for not having Typhoons for me. That, and I don't have any Typhoons painted.
I honestly think I hate everything that's happening here right now. So I put another. It's a tiger that's not shooting, which means it's a shit tiger. It's true though.
Yep.
I mean, if they're not shooting, they're wasted. But you know what? You know what the problem with urban warfare is? There's no room to move. Urban warfare should be held out in the countryside where there's plenty of open fields, and therefore can be better. I'm actually, my little shit tiger can do that. And if anybody knows where my other tigers are, tell me, because I thought they were in this case with the rest of these guys. But apparently not. Right. So, 3 there, 3 there. Oh, I see what I've done. I've added you to that, and I shouldn't have. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, there's a bit of a tank traffic jam at the minute.
It will be. It won't be once I start moving my boyo. For I intend to move quickly and with purpose. That's with purpose, not with porpoise.
Do you remember which camera
which is different. 2 is top down, 1 is front, 4 and 5 are me and you.
So it should be that one? Nope.
The other one, yes.
That shows your deployment a bit better.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
We'll get this. We'll work out what's happening, I think, eventually.
Somehow.
Okay. There are the potential for recce moves, starting with the British.
Yeah, there is.
Did the British want to do any recce moves?
I don't think so.
No?
No, I don't think so.
I'm very much in a similar point of view.
You don't want to recce either?
I don't particularly want to recce. I'll check to see if there's a defined setup or person Because if it doesn't go, yeah, it's the Germans, then I really don't want to start throwing people forward to discover I'm not getting the first turn. Because that would be horrible. Our survey says the German force has the first turn. Oh, all of a sudden that changes things massively.
I'm sure.
Oh, the reconnaissance move might be coming in. Let's have a little smug feel to myself. What is that?
What is what?
Oh, that's what that is. I've been wondering what's just at the side of my eye in that
Oh,
camera.
right, yeah.
But it's actually somebody's dropped. You won't be able to see this at home, but somebody has moved a window from another screen, and there's just like a thin bar there, and it looked like there was something white sticking in the shot. And I'm going, it's the ladder behind me. But what is that? It's a window. That's what that is. It's Microsoft peering over my shoulder, like scumbags that they are.
Are you going to begin your recce moves?
I think I'm going to begin. I'm just going to see what my possibility is here.
Well, I will step out of the room for a little minute.
Oh,
And
okay.
you can do that recce move.
I will do that recce move then. Yeah. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. This is what happens when the British commander decides it's time for tea. All the British troops are left wondering what's happening. I'm going to very quickly give me more head height. Otherwise, I'm going to be doing that, kids. You can have a look at this and wonder where that other camera shot is, like I will. Boosh. Right. I mean, the problem with reconnaissance moves for me is, do I really want the infantry to be so far forward, considering how far the British have pushed their armour up? I mean, historically, these guys weren't here. They dug in the centre and then came up from the rear. Whereas here, obviously, John knows fine rightly what's coming, which the British on the day didn't. So he's pushed forward on both flanks, which offers interesting possibilities, I suppose, is one way of putting it. An absolute pain in the backside for me is the other way to put it, though. So if I do choose to reconnoitre, am I just going to put myself at a massive disadvantage? I think the answer is yes, but I also think I'm not hanging around to find out. So half tracks are going to go blitzing down the road. They could go quite far. They could go 32 inches on that road. They are not now, not ever, are my half tracks going to go 32 inches. But what I will do is, if I get to there, oh man. Yeah, if I get to there, I'm out of line of sight of one set of British. But I bring myself into another. What I could do though is hook round the corner. So I could well go actually, possibly up to my 32. Are you watching, Jonathan? You'll enjoy this.
Will I?
Well, see your little guys there. Watch as my half tracks go. Oh, tanks. Oh, more tanks. Oh, you can't see me.
Okay, yep.
And the Fred's do the same. Yay! And he does something very similar indeed.
He's left his ass hanging out a little bit.
Actually, no, because I've got first turn. What am I thinking?
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking I'm being an idiot. Bump, bump, bump. They will actually just dive straight on top of that objective. Like absolute legends, John, like absolute legends they are. And that's all I'm doing for reconnaissance move there.
Okay.
Because they can just burn into that building and be dug in. My infantry can just spend the game sitting on objective 1. And then all I've got to do is force the second objective.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'll force the third objective, that'll teach you.
Uh-huh.
So, moving then. Oh, black screen. Justin! Every time I hit that, people in the chat just scream Justin, by the way. Because these cameras were all set up in a specific order. And that cable has gone back in a very different place, which is why you keep seeing black.
Yeah.
Terrible blackness. And our lovely front view is just not there at all. So let's push forward then. I'm going to start with some of my little Panzer IVs on this flank.
Okay. That camera of yours is still on that shot if you want to
Well, it's
switch to
these
it.
guys here, yeah.
Yeah. So. No, other shot. Other camera.
That one.
There you go.
Sweet. Sweet like candy. Right. Follow me, lads. I'm right behind you, says the Panzer IV.
Mm-hmm.
Train 10 inch for a tactical move. Yeah, 10 inches is sufficient, I feel, assuming I can get up and over. Officer first. Gee, well, look at that.
Yeah,
Massive
that,
3.
no problem.
Ah, you loving that, John? You loving that?
That's fine.
I'm going to go the full. I'm just going to go to there.
Okay.
And then his friends will bink over. Oh, 2 for 2. My dice have never been so good. I'm on fire in an NBA Jam kind of way. And the last one, 4, all 3 of them cross at pace, going, hello, Mr. Stewart. How are we? Are we feeling confident?
We'll be all right.
Good, good. That sounds like confidence.
Yeah, yeah.
My Tigers, then, I imagine also have a 10-inch rumbly manoeuvrings. 8-inch. Ah, I was close. Have the same train dash there.
Black screen again.
Justin.
Where are you going?
T-Ray here. They're on a road. I don't really want to go full 16, but I will.
So let me
We'll
get.
come to here with that one, and Matey Boy can come in. Oh, it's very tight in these streets.
Oh,
Very narrow.
There we go.
I don't think I'm at home to that. And then while we're here, I have tactical moves for my command. He will go over again like a living legend, forming what I like to call my gun line. Hello. Do that. Then onto this platoon. Commander's across. Second in command is across, despite the fact I tried to put that in a half track and not on the table. Give me back my dice. Oh, 3 for 3. See these 3 ups? These are great, John. I love them.
I can see that.
And then the last Panzer IVs on this flank. I'll also attempt to cross. Doing so. Number 2, ooh, fails.
Fails.
He's just going to stay there.
Yeah.
And number 3 will get over. And we'll get up to the fence as well, or the hedge rather. Sticking the barrel through. Poor little idiot there. I'll stick a bog down on him so I know what he's done wrong. Tigers, and this may surprise you, John, those tigers are not moving.
No, I would never have thought.
Those tigers are going to sit pretty much where they are and get ready to slap somebody.
They're waiting for their opportunity, yeah.
They are very much waiting for their opportunity. But first things first, my little Panzerlehr in the, hey, well done me. Panzerlehr in the half tracks will absolutely book it out and into here, screaming Yabu sucks to you.
Bretty.
Oh yeah, that works. Yeah.
Can't say Fritzy, so
No.
Bretty.
Don't mind us. We're having a lovely time here. You can have a roof, so I can remember that they're in there. And then bump, bump, bump. And this will aggravate me more than anybody else. But the nice thing about Panzerlehr is they have all the Panzer Shreks in Christendom. So many of them. In this scenario, they do not. So I wasn't allowed to bring the 2 massive bases of Panzer Shreks that the platoon should have, would have, could have, but unfortunately didn't have.
What a shame.
Yeah, it is. Having done that, I'm going to send my half tracks to the rear. They can go and park up in the back of the pub car park here, around the slaughtered lamb.
Yeah.
Well, that's France actually, so slaughtered mutton. I suppose it's probably closer. I mean, makes sense to me. Final set of half tracks are going to push very slightly further up. Push into the street here, just so we can decide where we want to go with almost 3 foot of range on them. I don't really need to worry about where those infantry are going to be supporting yet.
No.
So I think I should be okay for that. So, Tigray. And other Tigrays.
Are you about to start shooting at me?
I am 100% about to start shooting at you, yes. I would like my Tiger and my Tiger HQ with Wittmann sticking out the top of it to...
Another one?
There we go. They're just going to lace straight down this street. And having not moved, which is nice, I've got a halted rate of fire of 2 on my 88s.
Yes, you do.
What am I hitting?
You are hitting on a 4.
Hitting on 4, that's not terrible in the grand scheme of things, as I blam straight down Main Street.
Yep.
That's a Firefly.
That's a Firefly.
He will be my primary target,
I'm sure he will.
just in case you were wondering. Obviously, extra hits will bounce onto other members of the platoon anyway. So 4 dice, and they're all going to be the same all 4s.
Yep.
He said, then remembering, there'll be +1 if you're over 16 inches away. Dun, 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 which you will be. So those will be 5s.
5s. Okay.
As well, I checked.
Yeah, it's well you checked.
Back to that one. Let's see if Michael hits. I'll do him separately for no apparent reason.
Okay.
No, double miss. And his friend, double hit.
Oh.
2 5s. 1 on the Firefly and 1 on his, I assume, the next one beside him.
Yeah, it'll be the Cromwell next to him.
His little bosom buddy. My anti-tank is 13.
Front armor, I think across both of them is 6.
Oh dear.
Yeah. It's not great.
It could be worse.
Could it?
Yeah. You get +1 armor because I'm over 16 inches away.
True.
So to make your armor saves, 2 dice on 6s.
2 dice on
but you'll need
6s.
to nominate which one you're doing when.
Right. Well, I'll take 1 on the Firefly.
Yes.
And use that as for my +1.
Oh, they'll both be a +1.
They'll both be +1?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So it's just, you just need to, in case you get a 6 here, so you don't go. The Firefly's still alive because I very much want it to be dead.
Okay. So Firefly.
Don't be a 6. A 1.
It's a 1.
Very much not a 6.
Then the Cromwell next to him gets a 6.
That's a 6. See,
So you've got 1 firepower test on the Firefly.
1 firepower test in the Firefly
Your firepower's on your card.
to destroy.
Yes.
Firepower is 3+.
Yep.
our survey says on the floor, our survey says 2.
Bailed.
Bailed. 6 equaled your armour. So 6,
Equal.
7, 13, so it matches my anti-tank. So a firepower test to actually bail the other one.
Yes, okay.
So that one does bail.
So both bailed.
So both bailed, but not destroyed.
Yeah.
Which is depressing, because I'd much rather have them destroyed.
I'm sure you would. So both those tanks are bailed. That's fine.
And then,
I can live with that. If
Yeah.
that's what the Tigers did, I can live with that.
well, that's what 2 Tigers have done. Let's see if they can improve on that. And it's like The Simpsons. See how many tanks you can bail out in one turn, and then try and beat that record.
Yeah.
So, my Panzer IVs are going to fire at the little Stuarts here. So, if I go this way, then you might be able to see what I'm doing. Yes.
Gerald Drake says goes to 7 for range, I think. Is that going to push it? Does that push it over on range?
I don't know what he's talking about.
Okay.
If he's talking about armour, yes, we've already calculated that. That's why you got a save of 6.
Yep.
Because 6 plus 7 is 13, which is the anti-tank.
Yep.
If you were under that, you would have been dead. So if that's what you mean, thanks. If you mean something else, I'm not sure. Could go either way.
You setting yourself up another cinematic there?
Bam!
Why are you looking straight at the Stuarts?
Because they're about to get hit by
3 Panzer IVs?
them. Hello. Hi.
I like how Lloyd told us we should use these as handhelds, and we've just moved the tripods around. It's because
Well,
we're busy.
It's, it's one of those things. I will eventually set up and use it like a handheld. But look at that. Look at the filth that's behind them. This is why they have to go away.
Yeah.
And they must go away in double quick time.
Yeah.
So, Panzer IVs hitting you on.
On the Stuarts,
Yes.
the Stuarts are hitting me on a 4, and I also count as having gone to ground.
Oh, that's filth.
Yeah, because they're scouts.
So, not long range,
No.
which is nice. Gone to ground, 5s, moved 6s. Thankfully, I'm up against the Bocage, so you don't get the cover on that one. Chummy, 3 shots.
Yep.
6 is required. Well, if I add them all together, I just about hit a 6.
Not so good.
No, not the greatest in the world. So they've gone, and then there's quite a lot of people over there that want to have a word with you,
Yep.
Mr. Man.
I'm sure there is.
So, I think I'm just going to lace into you.
Are you?
Well, there's only so much a man can do against that. John, are you looking at that? Can you see what I'm seeing?
I see it, yeah.
Why are you not way at the back somewhere drinking tea? Is that?
What's that?
Who's that?
That's my OP for the artillery.
My commander is going to shoot him.
He also counts as gone to ground.
No, that's fine. But he's still going to get shot by him.
Yeah, that's fine. He doesn't have a 75 on him, though.
No, I'm aware of that, but I don't want your artillery coming. Other people can spot for the artillery, mind you.
Yeah, but
other
he's the
other
OP.
formation HQs can spot. So whoever they are in your list, wherever they live. This will be exactly the same again then. 6s for him.
Yep.
Although, is he over 16? I don't think he will be from
No,
there.
I don't think he is.
No, you're not. Bless you. And all who sail in you. So a single shot. Oh, so close. No. The OP gets to survive today. Now. Everybody else is going to be going straight down Main Street, I feel. So those are both under 16. So that's nice. 2 shots, moved. 5s, cover sixes.
Yep. One.
You may make an armor save on whatever one of those delightful people got smacked.
It's out of the platoon here, isn't it?
It's out of the platoon. You can nominate whoever you want. I can't see the firefly, which is why I didn't pick the firefly.
I'll just point out the Cromwell at the end here then.
Okay.
That save is going to be...
My anti-tank is 11.
Right.
So your armor plus a d6, my friend.
My armor 6.
Mein Freund, 5s or 6s. 6s would be better, so I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
2.
No.
2's good. 2's not bad.
No. So that gets... You get to roll a firepower then?
Yeah. Need a bunch of chaffies. Chaffy. Firepower for Panzer IVs is, I imagine, 3s. It is. 3 up. Another 2.
No. So another Bale?
I'm consistent with that, if nothing else. Yes.
Yep.
Bale for him.
That's
Of the Christian variety.
Yeah.
Is that right? Is that how that goes?
Yeah.
And then my remaining 3, which are all going to be at range, plus cover, plus move.
Makes
so
it 7.
7s. So
Makes it an impossible shot, does it not?
no. 6s followed by 5s.
Yeah.
8s or 6s followed by 6s. 9s or more is impossible. No.
Highest to 5 there.
3, 4, 5 though, some sort of terrible Yahtzee-like thing going on. Do I want to start a firefight across the street with your infantry in another building? I kind of feel like I do, because I hate your infantry a lot.
I'm sure you do.
And having run into a building directly opposite you, I mean, I feel like I should give you the good news.
Yeah, I mean, you can go for it if you want.
It's not going to be great by any stretch of the
I mean,
imagination.
you can only kill one team because there's no one in the bottom floor.
Yeah, but I can shoot up.
Yeah.
That's true. You can't shoot me. I'm on a different floor. That's not how this works. That's not how any of that works.
No. I mean, there's only one team in that building.
This building?
Yeah.
I can see 2.
Is there?
You're lying to me. There's a
That's
Piat
it.
there.
Oh, there's a Piat there. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Oh, you very handily forgot about that. I noticed. Yeah. My teams in the second building will not be able to shoot because they're building in the way of my building. And I can't maneuver my house around the other house to get a clear shot, which is, I think, a limitation of the rules in many respects.
I'm sure.
The fact that there's not a tactical move for buildings. But that one does contain
I think we just remove
4.
these roofs and just show who's where.
Yeah. There's 4 Reefly MGs in there. So, oh no, hang on, because I bunked into a building.
You've moved.
So, well, moving's not the issue. Entering a building used to, he said in a high questioning voice, used to count as a bigger move, which meant you couldn't shoot. But it's entirely possible that's not true anymore.
We do apologise if we were looking at rule books and stuff while...
Oh, I don't apologise. Don't apologise at all.
Which one's camera 1?
That one.
Probably that one?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Does work.
It does. God bless it and all who sail in it. So, not on that page. I go there. Difficult terrain. Don't care about that. Don't care about passengers and tanks.
Getting into buildings.
Is it just as simple that it is that type of terrain now these days?
So they just get into it and that's that.
Because that would be great. In which case I will shoot you forever. Page 62 is the most building of buildingness. What do you sell me here? That's bulletproof saves for the building. Yeah, no, it's just a terrain type now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's magical. So I just count as having moved. So halted rate, or not halted, moving rate of fire. For rifle MG, 1 die. So 4 dice of the finest. What do I hit your desert dogs on?
You're hitting the platoon on 4.
I was going to say something else there. I moved, unfortunately, which is terrible. And you're in a building and you haven't done anything yet. So you're concealed and dug in and hidden and horrible.
Yeah.
I'll just see if I get any 6s
and then work from there.
And then I'll worry about it if I actually manage to get anything over, the subsequent 3. I imagine I will. No 6s, so that saves that problem. Okay. I'm not doing any assaults this turn.
No, I'm sure you're not.
You can't make me.
Yeah.
So yes, I'm not doing any tactical maneuvers like blitzings. So over to you.
Oh, it's over.
What are you going to throw me?
My turn now?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
I set my glasses down somewhere. Shay, if you're watching this at home. Oh, no, find them. It's a running joke here.
Yeah.
I never know where they are.
Where are those glasses?
They are always somewhere else.
So the first thing I need to do on my turn then is remount
Yes.
field tanks. My remount is... Looks like it's 3+. Cautious, not stupid, it's called. 3+, so over here.
That is disappointing.
I know, we'll do this one.
Yep.
He's back in.
Very disappointing.
The Firefly over there
Yes.
is not back in.
Doesn't. Clever
The
man.
Cromwell is back in.
Okay.
So Cromwell's back up.
You have that then.
After that, then I need to move.
Move it, move it,
I would like to.
move it.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking is just to be a real annoyance,
Yes.
which is generally my whole bit. It's about the only thing I do in here.
I mean,
Is just
if you don't
being-
use your talents, God becomes angry and will kill 99.9% of the population with a flood. So
I mean,
we've learned that.
There is that, yeah. So what I would like to do first is I'm going to try and bung these Stuarts up, because what my plan is to get them out of the way for the 6-pounders to have a go.
Those 6-pounders want
So-
to come and have a go if they think they're hard enough.
Tactical of 12 inches.
Yep.
So we're just going to move. I mean, we've got plenty of movement. Yeah, that's fine. What I'm going to do is charge them up here,
Oh my God.
bung them up against that hedge right there.
That was unexpected. I'll grant you that.
That is going to clear my line of sight for the 6-pounders.
Yeah. That's more expected, to be fair.
Yeah. So now that's moved, what I'm thinking is now going to get this platoon up the road. And because the Firefly's bailed out, I want to protect him. I don't want him to die immediately.
Nobody wants to die,
Nobody
John.
wants to die.
Sometimes that's just how the magic happens.
I think, what's my movement on those? I should have really brought the card over with me, but
On the road, it's going to be huge.
the road on the road is going to be a bit silly, isn't it?
Look at this. This absolute filth here.
Road dash of 32 inches if I feel like it.
Yeah, feel free to go with that.
No, I'm not,
No,
because that's going
why
to put
not?
me into line of sight of absolutely everything else.
Not because there's tigres down
Not
there.
because there's tigers down there.
No.
I don't care about the tigers.
Burning bright in the forest of the night.
Quite right.
Or in
So,
this case, in the middle of a village in France.
if I recall your last shot,
Yes, it was great. Oh, no, sorry.
they were beyond 16 inches.
Correctamundo,
So what I would like to
the
do,
Fonz would say.
I don't even need the tape measure for this, because all I'm wanting to do is bump this first Cromwell up to pull in front of the Firefly, followed by a second Cromwell that's going to block the road entirely. And we'll bring our final Cromwell up behind said Firefly. How's the chat looking over there?
They're all being very quiet.
They are being very quiet, aren't they?
I think they've given up and gone home.
I think so.
That's all right.
I mean, I would. Wait, I'm not supposed to say that, am I? That's fine.
Feel free.
It's fine.
Nobody's listening.
Nobody's listening anyway.
Say what you want.
Over here is going to be more interesting because
Yes.
I have more opportunity to mess it up.
Opportunities to mess it up.
What I would like to do is again sort of bump forward, but the problem is you have anti-tank in here, don't you? In these houses?
I have a small amount of anti-tank in those houses.
Small amount of anti-tank. Panzerfaust?
Yeah. No, it might be Panzerschreck, actually.
Right. Well, we're going to have to just play anyway.
Don't feel like you have to.
Oh, I'm going to.
What? Said what?
I don't know if that Cromwell's going to be able to see past the other one, but we can do some jiggery pokery. And bring that one up behind. These guys are going to sit still.
Down this road, the soldiers came.
I think this platoon are going to sit still. Because that's the command platoon. I don't want them to move. Or do I want them to move? Because they've got centaurs in there. Nah,
No.
Going to keep my movement to a minimum.
Clever.
I don't think there's much else I really want to do other than mess things up.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, at this point in the game, it's still too early to chuck it all away.
Yeah.
There's plenty of time for that later.
There is. What I'd like to do, actually, is open up with artillery first.
Yes, well, you have to.
Because
so why not?
The OP is here, and he has just seen Germans bump into this building.
Great.
So I'm going to drop some high explosive on that building.
Okay, which one? White or... I suppose it doesn't matter, you can pick either or, and then...
Is this correct?
Yes. You should see the one I have at home for my battery of 6 Nebelwerfers.
Is that the big?
It's like a vinyl record. It's great.
Right, so...
attempt to range in.
I need to range in.
So the skill of the artillery unit is what you're going to be ranging in on.
Veteran 3+.
That's not great for me.
Single dice, isn't it?
Single die, 3 attempts. Each time it becomes progressively less impactful when it lands.
Okay.
So 3 ones, please. No,
First time.
First time, yeah, okay.
So
I see how this is going to go, Mr. Man.
I think we've ranged in here.
Yes. I mean, you can set it so it covers either or. It's entirely up to you.
It's going to cover either or anyway from the direction of fire, so... Because that is what it looks like over the ranged in marker.
Now, the only thing is you... Oh, I was going to say you aim that towards the firing battery, but that is there, yeah, they are parallel to it. So, yeah. There's just so many weird angles on those roads. I'm going, it's not straight. Oh no, it is straight. That is 100% straight.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Man. So,
obviously not out of range.
no, it's not. You're going to be rolling a die for each team that's in there, which will be all of my teams.
Yes.
So,
2,
8,
4, 6, 8. Yeah.
6 rifle MG, a command, and a Shrekkie. I think is in there.
Building still counts for your cover.
Oh yeah, I'll get bulletproof cover and stuff afterwards.
Yeah.
Assuming anybody's not been squished. So yeah, just a die for each of the 8, and then you'll be hitting me on the oh my god, you're hitting me.
Yep.
Roll, which is 4+.
4+.
4+.
8 dice on 4+ then.
Yeah, I really wish you'd have missed a little bit.
I'm
so
sure.
it would have got worse.
Yeah.
Can't have everything. Oh, that's quite bad.
That's not great. That's 3 hits.
That is 3 hits. Artillery then. Do you have any clever rules attached to your artillery that are going to prevent me from saving myself?
Brutal.
Brutal doesn't sound
Infantry, gun, and unarmored tank teams.
Yeah.
Forward firing might target.
Yeah, brutal would be bad if I was outside in the real world.
Yeah.
I think the fact that I'm in a house will help me somewhat. Not a massive amount, mind you, but somewhat.
So you'll just have to re-roll saves.
Yeah. So,
I mean, the best bit is that I could have direct fired those guns as well.
yes, you could have. Well, you could have shot the buildings because the buildings are high enough to go above the above your tankies. So, yes. Don't think I like any of this. So bulletproof covers a 5-up save. He said, which is, I mean, good, I suppose. Could you not have been slightly further forward? You wouldn't have been able to do that then because you would have been danger close. Just then I suppose you just would have pushed it back slightly.
Yeah.
Okay, so do my infantry save first. And I have to re-roll for each unsaved. No, that's not exactly what that says. We reread it again. Shooting player must roll a dice for each unsaved hit.
So I rolled 3 hits, you have to roll 3 saves?
If the roll equals or exceeds... so the bulletproof cover essentially works like you're shooting a tank,
Yeah.
where you'll be using your firepower to knock lumps out of the building.
Yep.
I'm going to assign these to... I don't want to assign these to anybody. Rifle MG, and Rifle MG.
Oh, funny that.
Yeah, yeah. I'm going to
You
keep
keeping
that.
your Panzerfaust?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Why would you do that?
Because I love you. That's why. So our survey says 2 successful, 1 unsuccessful. Have to re-roll successful.
You have to re-roll successfuls.
Because you're brutal.
Yes.
Lair. 2 layers.
2 more 6s, yeah.
So 1 gets through, 1 firepower check to flatten the part of the building that contains some poor son of a gun.
That's right. And the firepower test on this is 3+.
Of course it is. Why would it not be 3+?
And I got it.
Of course you did.
Of course I did.
Of course you did. Right.
Yep.
So, shocking. Move that 10 minutes. Get that away from me. You can leave the ranged in marker though, because I'm sure we'll be seeing that again soon.
Probably.
I'll just remove him. Back into the box of death with you.
Well, not the most unsuccessful shooting.
No, the important thing is you're ranged in now, so it doesn't matter if you're, well, it does matter if the OP goes away because you can't drop it again without somebody there to spot.
True. Next then.
Yes.
I could just keep up the fire onto that infantry if I want. This tank platoon.
Yes. That tank platoon.
That tank platoon. I think they're
I've
just...
got that on camera.
Have you?
That tank platoon.
This tank platoon?
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. Do we just fire MGs into that building? Do I just rake those 2 buildings with MG fire?
Go for sheer weight of numbers.
Yeah.
It's generally the best way. Actually, the best way is to send infantry in and watch everybody die. That is why infantry in this game are filth.
Yeah. I think I'll figure out how many shots I need to take. Because everybody, Cromwell MGs are rate of fire 4.
Yes. So you get 4 for your main, and then if they have an additional pintle or something like that, you'll donate a bonus one.
Is that what it does?
Yeah. Or at least it did.
I don't.
When you start counting dice, I'll tell you whether or not that's it.
Yeah, you do that. 4 per tank. There's 3 Cromwells. That's 12. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The Firefly? Question mark? Does not have a hull MG, but would have a coax. I don't know if that counts or not.
Oh, the problem here is I've got 2 sets of rules in my head, 1 for bolt action, 1 for flames.
Yeah.
And the coax counts as a main gun in one of those games. So
Well,
if you
on
fire
the-
it, you can't fire the anti-tank.
I just think it counts as...
Yeah, just
Because
additional.
I'm targeting that unit anyway.
Okay, well, here we go. A tank or aircraft team may fire all of its MGs or 1 other weapon.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it is this. So
There's-
if your MG is going off, then your main gun isn't.
Yeah, that's fine. So that's 12.
In which case, they seem to have dropped the bit about it only donating 1 bonus die.
Yeah.
So it looks
I
like
think it's just taken as a whole
yeah,
now.
Yeah.
So the Firefly does have an MG, and that is another 3 shots.
Ooh.
That's 15 shots we're taking at you then.
Ooh. I went all Mr. Zulu there.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ew.
Hello.
Right. 15 shots. You are hit on a
I'm hitting a 4 because I'm very careful,
plus
apparently.
cover,
Yeah, the cover is a +1.
so 5s.
5s.
And you moved into that building, so you haven't gone to ground or
No.
field. So
Well, I shot this turn, so I wouldn't get contact
yeah,
for that.
it's 5s then.
Yeah.
Well,
It's a lot of dice.
that's just gonna
cause a limp.
Yeah,
6?
6.
Okay. I can do 6.
You can do
I
6.
can do 6 saves.
Okay,
3 up.
go for
It's
it.
fine. I will. Fail, 2 3s. So 2 fails so far.
Okay.
And at the moment, everybody's being hit. Oh, I should have rolled individually for my nice command and stuff, because
Yep.
I would have potentially been 2 of those. I will 50-50 that because I didn't nominate.
Okay.
So on a 1, 2, and 3, they're into the... Oh, no, hang on, it should be a 1 and 3 chance. On a 1, it's my command. On a 2, it's my Panzer Shreks. Panzer Shreks. Anything else, it's into Rifle MG.
Okay.
1 and a lair. So my command stand has been hit.
Okay.
And a random Rifle MG stand has been hit.
Right.
The firepower test to kill them, though, because bulletproof cover.
Yep. Which is 6s.
Yes.
Which is the downside of the MGs.
All the
So
dice, but
how many-
tricky. So 1 die for the command.
Right, we'll do that.
6.
6. Nope.
Didn't. 1 for Rifle MG.
Nope.
Didn't.
Is that all we had?
That is all that got through.
That's okay.
They will be pinned, though, having sustained over 5 shots on them
Yeah.
from 1 round of fire.
That is true.
And I think the artillery possibly would have pinned them anyway, so I'll throw a pin on them in a moment.
Okay.
In fact, I'll look for that while you decide who you're going to hit me with next.
Yeah. We're going to move across here onto this tank platoon. We're going to see how many of them can shoot this group down this road.
Yes.
The Firefly's definitely in.
Oh, man. The Firefly is, as you say, definitely in discuss.
I would argue 2 Cromwells.
You argue away, matey boy.
I will say 2 Cromwells can shoot.
What I will throw back as my counter argument is, if the gap is smaller than 3/4 of an inch between vehicles or buildings, you can't.
Probably is, yeah.
Because it's a tight as a gnat's
Yep.
chaff. Where am I? There's somebody's back garden.
So
Here we are. So those 2.
Those 2 have got that
Yes.
dead to rights. That second Cromwell there.
Him. Yeah.
It can draw a line of sight, but it's not very good.
Yeah, it's
So we'll not count it.
it's tight.
It's tight.
Deedly, deedly, dee. What are
So-
people doing in their gardens? Growing tanks. Stealing apples off the apple tree. It's got nothing to do with the game, folks. I just thought I'd do that.
Yeah, he thought he'd just take you on a tour for the table.
Yeah, that's what happens when they go, here's a camera you can walk around with, McCabe.
Yeah,
I go, fair enough, I will.
I will walk around with it.
Yeah, not so clever now, are we?
Right, so this platoon moved, so they're all rate of fire 1. Because they bumped themselves up to that corner.
Yes.
So we'll start with the Firefly.
Yes, well within Hort, or at least not over 16.
Yep.
So you hit my Panzers on a 4 normally, goes up to 5 for your moving,
Yeah,
and nothing else.
nothing else.
Just a 5. Oh, I'll give you that.
Yeah,
Because I'm not so gamey that I'm going to make you re-roll a die that's almost practically flat on the table.
yeah, fair enough.
So 1 in.
1 in, and then I'll do 1 for the Cromwell.
Yep.
It'll be the same, be 5s again.
Yeah.
And he missed.
No. That's because that tank is blocking that road.
Yep.
The only thing that's being hit is him. It will be into his front armour, though, which is the only saving grace. Tell me the bad news about the anti-tank rating of a Firefly, John.
It is 14.
I hate you so much. You may just go straight to making your firepower, because I can only get to 12.
Okay.
So-
So firepower is 3+.
Ooh.
It went bang.
His head explode. Oh, man.
Like that one guy in Fury.
Like that one guy in Fury. Let me just get the smoke of shame. Oh no. Winnie. You're there. I'm actually going to steal that turret off and pop him on. Because I like that turret better.
Fair enough.
Smoke of shame has arrived. One of my tanks has exploded.
That is the first tank kill of the game.
Should we call it there?
Yeah, I win.
Yep.
That's it.
Hope you all enjoyed that, folks.
We're done. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time.
It's been emotional.
Right, infantry then, because I'm going to keep the fight over here for another turn of shooting.
Look, you can just see the smoke rising up from between the chimney breasts.
It's very Coronation Street, that shot.
Yeah, it is. Why did they put us in a room together, John? This is never ending, this game.
No shooting.
No shooting, drum for moving. Rod reduced.
ROF reduced. Well, yeah, the ROF was, moving ROF was 1, so.
Kablam.
Kablam.
Kablam. Okay. Dun, dun, dun,
Happy enough?
dun.
You all caught up in the chat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Infantry teams.
I always read the running order.
Huh?
I'm just saying to Ben, I always read the running order.
I don't.
No.
Well, I have to now since they're like, oh, here's a segment you need to talk about. And
Yes.
I'm like, oh, great, you're making me talk.
Well, we had to do something, otherwise people kept falling asleep. And one notable occasion, I think somebody replaced themselves with a photograph of themselves sitting at a table and just wandered off.
Was that not just me sitting really still for half an hour?
Yeah, it could have gone either way.
Yeah. And if you hear noises across our mics, it's because people are trashing the place outside.
Yeah, they're smashing everything. I
Yeah.
don't know why they've decided to smash everything. I
fine.
think it's because they hate us.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I am going to fire this infantry platoon over here. We're gonna keep going back at your platoon,
Yes.
which is nice. Yeah, 16-inch range. They've sat still, so they're full rate of fire. So 1, 2, 3, 4. How's this going to work for line of sight? I assume.
You're meant to go from apertures. So
All
from
right,
windows,
so from windows.
But then it works in a similar way to tanks in that it's 180 degrees to the front.
Ah, yeah.
Because
so
they
like
can
have that.
yeah, so they can realistically, he
Yep.
can shoot because there's enough of the corner of that building showing down that street.
I should have probably kept my 3-inch mortar team or 2-inch mortar team in the house. But you know, overhead fire, slow firing. How does that work? Can shoot over friendly teams.
Yeah. They can also direct line of sight though, the wee light mortars.
Yeah. I would hate to fire a small mortar like that line of sight.
Yeah.
Be a bit scary.
So
Right,
these
so-
houses are about to lay into these houses.
They are.
For the people playing along at home.
There's 3 Bren gun teams, 4 Bren gun teams.
Possibly more than that.
No,
Did I kill anyone?
no,
Should be 6. If I've not killed anyone.
7 actually. Have I miscounted?
The 7th is your command, the little small command team. So it's 6 Bren and then the command. And then your Piat and your mortar.
What have I done wrong then?
I don't know.
Because on the card it says 7 Bren gun and SMLE teams.
Because they don't, in 4th edition for some reason, they don't differentiate between the command team and the standard
same?
units.
Okay.
They just go 7 teams, one of which is your command. But I think it uses the same.
1 Piat and 1 2-inch mortar.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so you should have 7 bases in there.
Do I have 7 bases in there? 3, 4, 5, 6. No. I will. That's why I thought they were wrong because that guy was meant to be in there too.
Yes. Okay.
All right, 7 teams. It's 14 shots.
It's a lot of
7.
meatballings.
9, 10, 12, 13, 14 rifle teams.
Oh no, they've already been in here, James. I don't want them coming back in. He's saying that they should come in and say hello if they're out there making noise during the live stream.
You are hit on 4s?
I'm hit on 4s.
5s? Because of cover.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one is a cocked one, yeah.
And
The one bounced on the tank, I will make you remove.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. So 5s and 6s. We did a bit better this time. Fine by me.
How many?
We have quite a few. 7, 8, 9 hits.
9!
That's just from the rifle teams.
Yes.
9 hits.
9 hits.
9!
Which I have to spread evenly across, so 6. Is that right? Or am I down to
You lost 1
2,
team.
4, 5, 6.
Seven.
I've got 7. So 7 before I have to go back round.
Yep.
So these 2 dice are on the same team. Who feels 1, so 1 rifle MG gets hit. These 2 dice are on a different team, but combined. Again, feels 1, so rifle MG's hit. Panzerschreck saves, command, fails, not good. And then rifle MG, rifle MG, rifle MG, rifle MG. One more of those. So 3 rifle MG, firepower checks on 6s.
That's 6s? Oh, they are.
Yeah,
because
because they're
infantry.
infantry machine gunny things.
6s? None.
1 on my command.
1 command.
Don't do it, John.
No.
Good. So that's your rifle and MGs out the way.
Yep. My Piat team are going to thunk into the building as well.
Why not?
Why not?
You've got a spring. Why not use it?
It's 1 shot, so it's still going to hit on 5s.
Still hit on some 5s, yes.
It hits?
Hits though. Freaky.
Sure.
That'll be on a rifle and or MG.
Yeah.
Eat it, boyo. No, they save. So that's that problem out the way.
Cool. The 2-inch mortar team?
His line of sight is blocked from the building.
True.
And have you fired your command? Your command, or not your command, your the HQ for the squad.
They were one of the rifle teams that fired.
So I think he normally has to spot for him unless he's direct firing, and he can't direct fire because
He can't see anything.
building in the way. Yeah,
That's fine.
Otherwise he can go up and over.
That's me done on this side of the
I think
table.
that's
then.
it. You've done on that side of the table.
we're gonna
Well,
move
there's
over-
nothing else to do then.
No, we're going to move over to the fun side of the table. Yeah.
Go on then.
Yeah. So we'll
I was hoping if I just put my book on top.
Yeah, on top of the 6-pointers, yeah, I wouldn't notice. That's of course. Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Yep.
Right, we're going to start with the 2 Cromwells
Yeah.
up front into the front of a Tiger, which is going to be a bad idea.
Tiger in Africa.
They moved, so they're rate of fire 1.
Yes.
They are probably within normal range, so it's
Yep.
a straight on hit.
Well, that's what your Chappy Chap was saying in the thing. It just knocks the rate of fire down. The over 16 increases the difficulty. So
Which is what we did anyway.
yes, but we also were doing +1
we
for
did
moving.
right.
So we were double dunning.
Yep, that's
It
fine.
didn't really affect anything because
Not really.
You didn't. You only rolled the 3 with your things that needed to hit on 5s anyway.
2 Cromwells, 2 shots. You're hit on
4. Let me just check. Super awesome Tigers hit on 6s. You buying that? You're not buying that?
no.
No, 4s.
4s to 5s for moving, or is it
No,
just the rate of fire?
just the rate of
that's
fire
hit?
drops.
Just the rate of fire. Okay, so cool. Hit on 4s, 2 shots, both miss.
Good.
Fantastic. That was a lot of build up for absolutely nothing.
Hey, you know.
Just like my sex life. Right. We're going to move over to the Stuarts. The Stuarts aren't going to be able to do very much.
Good.
They're anti-tank 7. I think they can hurt a Panzer 4.
You can technically, you're technically correct, the best kind of correct, John. If you hit me and I roll 1s for my save, you can bail me out, but you can't destroy me from the front. Can't even get around the bum, though, can you?
Yeah.
Yes, because my armor's lower there.
Yeah,
So,
could do that. Or I could just fire the 6-pointers first.
yes.
I'll fire the 6-pointers first.
No, don't mind me, I'm just doing that for next turn. There's nothing to see here, John, don't worry about it. I don't even know why you're making such a big deal of it.
Yeah, okay. Halted rate of fire on the 6-pointers is 2.
Yes. Hello, 6-pounders.
We are
Hello, Panzer IVs.
over.
Would you like me to measure that for you, sir?
I believe we're over 16, but we'll check.
I think so, because Jesus loves me like a sunbeam.
Yeah, we're all over 16. We're all over that age.
Okay.
Right. Still, 8 shots plus 2 to hit.
Range and cover, yeah.
Range and cover.
Yeah. I'll also pump my armour up by 1 as well, which I will take 100%. They're also hit on 4s.
So
Pretty much everything in my army's hit on 4s.
We're up to 6s then?
Up to 6s. Haven't reached the heady heights that I got. No 7s for you, Sonny Jimbo.
No 6s?
Better again, like
Not a
that.
single 6?
So now the Stuarts are going to go.
Now the Stuarts are going to fire.
Now they realise that having cleared the way for the 6-pounders,
And the
a
6-pounders have failed.
barrage of shots go everywhere except into the Panzer IVs.
Yep.
And now the Stuart drivers are looking over that hedge thinking,
Uh-oh.
crumbs DM, I think, is the phrase.
3 shots, be 5s?
Yeah, it would be. Just cover there.
Or is it point blank? Is there such thing as point blank anymore?
No, for this.
2 hits.
2. That's all right. Closest 2 to you, then.
Sure.
Him, then him.
Yeah.
Him, we'll say, did I get 1? I got 5. Next one, did I get 1? I got a 1.
Oh. So I get a firepower check?
Firepower check to bail me out.
That's a 4+.
Don't do it, John.
I did.
Ay, caramba.
I actually bailed a Panzer IV with that.
Bailed a
Nice.
Panzer IV. That's
Works for me.
not just unexpected, but unwanted, I feel.
I feel I would agree with you. If I was the German player, I wouldn't want that either.
Be most aggrieved. Mm-hmm. Right, are we done, skis?
That's my turn, yes.
Oh no, my smoke's fallen off my blazing husk.
Ah.
Pop my smoke of shame back on,
Pop
please.
that smoke back up.
Okay, right. Well, this is all peachy, isn't it? What to do and where to go and how to do it. I think I'm going to have to come out and play, John.
I think you're going to have to. I think you need to be aggressive now or not at all.
Like Faith No More said, be aggressive, B-E, aggressive, B-E-A-G-R-E-S-S-Y-V-E. Smoke some shay, stoke me a clipper.
Is the chat having a go at you?
I don't care what the chat says. I'm mostly looking there because Ben suddenly went from not got a thing to having a thing. I was wondering if he was in the chat twice. Like a sock puppet account talking in 2 fashions. But no, it just didn't show me his bits and pieces earlier. Let's attempt to remount my Panzer IV first and see how that goes for me, and then we'll attempt to unpin the poor Panzergrens. It probably will, to be fair. They're mostly confident. Yeah. Mostly. They're confident at night, mostly. So forced on them. And 4s, yes. Unbail me. Do so on a 5. Thank you. Unpin me. Please. Do not unpins. They're just going to stay there.
Okay.
They're going to have a long think about life.
Uh-huh.
Their choices they made, how they ended up in this building on this day in history.
With 2 platoons of tanks and a platoon of infantry
Bearing,
around them.
bearing down, yeah.
Yeah.
So, with that in mind, I'm going to start bidding with my Tigers. Yes, my Tigers are going to move. Don't want my Tigers to move, but they will. But thankfully, I have Wittmann there, so he may not. He may just sit where his backside is. So, I've got enough width to get round him as well, which is, I think, delightful, is the phrase. So he's going to come up. Don't mind me, sir. Hope you're keeping well, sir. Thank you. And tuck into there.
Okay.
And then his friend from Hummel's Tiger Company, for all you fans of history, he'll tuck into there, which is as tucked as you can get.
Yep.
And it gives me an inch, so I've got enough room for Wittmann to shoot down there.
Yep.
So all 3 Tigres can have a pop. That's good. What's coming around this corner though? Oh, more terrible things. Oh, as Jar Jar Binks found out, that's the sound of 1,000 terrible things coming your way. Oh my God. Is there a tactical maneuver I can do here that makes life better for me?
Yep.
Because I think if I blitz, I count as having a halted rate of fire, which means if my Tiger blitzes, it's 4 inches around that corner. Or rather, they can move up to 4 inches and not count as having moved. And my Tiger are ace veterans, so they do their blitz on a 2-up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 2 inches will get me around that corner. 4 inches will get him around that corner. So this, I'm going to attempt some blitz moves for the benefit of not losing a shot. First ace says 4 up. Second ace says 5 up. Both beating the 2 quite comfortably.
Yep.
So the Tigers will march. Tiger march. So he's going to come to here. Hi, kids. And he will come right slap side by side. We hope you're doing well. In fact, he might just tuck in there.
Bully me with some tigers then?
I am 100% going to bully you with some tigers. They keep telling me that everybody thought that every tank in Normandy was a tiger. If only that was true, my life would be much better for it. As it is, I've just got 2 there, but, you know. Good-o. Hello at the end of the street. So, they're looking prepped. He's not moved. They had to move tactically. Panzer IVs. What are the chances you're going to mess up again?
Me or you?
You. What's the anti-tank value of your 6-pounders?
Let me see, where are they?
Asking for a friend.
11.
11, that's not great. They have gun shields, don't they?
Yes.
Yes, which is also not, as I would say, great. So with all of that in mind, my plan had been hop the hedge, swing in here, and then while I'm swinging in behind your, into this big lovely open space here,
Yep.
I could have spun the turrets, shot them in the back, and then just take the shooting from you.
Yeah, just tank it, literally.
Literally tank it. But now I'm thinking, if I do that, you'll shoot me in the rear armour of the back of all of the turrets. And my head will explode.
Your closing range as well.
Yeah, I do want to get over that as quickly as I possibly can, though, because I don't like playing a shooting war over a hedge. You said they're anti-tank 7. Does a Tiger care if you're at my rear? No, because my armour for my rear is 8.
Yeah.
So I still don't care. So I'm just going to go. No, they're going to sit. They're going to sit where they are.
Okay.
I'm going to regret this choice till the day I die. But they're going to sit where they are and shoot those Stuarts to remove them from the equation, or shoot the guns, and then shoot the Stuarts some other. Yeah, I don't really care what the Stuarts do. I do care what the Stuarts. Oh God, they're staying. What I'm saying is they're staying where they are.
That actually giving you something to think about.
Yeah, it's not a great choice any way, shape or form. Bogged down goes automatically these days. Don't have to. They're no longer technically bogged. They just stop where they are. So he can attempt to make a cross check to catch up to his buddies.
Yep.
Claire.
Need to
Does so.
move this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. So he will pop over to there.
Mm-hmm.
And then they make a mess of that street. You're there within range and halted. They're out. These guys are just going to go jumping the hedge.
Okay.
Because why not?
Yep, go for it.
Because you can't stop me. Follow me, I'm right behind you, says the officer. And he goes bimbly. Up and over, lads. Advance echelon right. You can see why my friends hated that. That's 3 6s in a row, John.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
You appreciate that it's happening now and not when I'm about to do like shooting.
Yeah.
Like that. It looks nice. That's what I aim for in life.
Yeah.
They're going to sit. Infantry are.
What are your infantry going to do?
Infantry are going to go. You know what, matey boy? The SS are going to come plumbing down here. Big road move. Going, don't shoot me, Mr. Wittmann, as he just skids past him down the road. But they're going to come to here. So 1, 2, and 3, just in case that that little set of Stuarts decide to do something, like come around the back of me. So, moved, not moving, not moving, moved, not moving, pinned. That's everyone.
Okay.
Let's shoot some things. Let's see whether or not the layers have deserted me. They threw themselves over the hedge with gay abandon, and now they're asked to shoot somebody in the face. They don't.
Where are you starting then?
I'm going to start over here
Sure.
because I think we've already got a camera framed on it, so
Yes.
I don't have to move or anything. It's great. Halt the rate of fire. 3 Panzer IVs in point blank into the face of your Stuarts.
Sure.
Do they still count as
Gone to ground because they're scout.
because they're ridiculous?
Yep. Can remain gone to ground while moving.
Oh my God. But they shot, so they won't count as gone to ground if you shoot. So you can donut around the place as long as you're not laying off shots.
Yep.
So that's okay, we know where you are. You're those guys through that hedge who were shooting at me. What am I hitting you on?
You're hitting on 4s.
What are the chances I actually hit on 4s?
I don't know. These dice are working for you though.
Oh my God, John.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't even think I need.
4 and a 5. All 6 hit.
Yeah.
2 per.
Yep.
2 saves, 2 saves, 2 saves.
Your anti-tank is.
11.
My armor is 4.
Ooh, can't. Straight to firepower.
Straight to firepower.
First one, dead and bailed out. Second one, bailed out and dead. Third one, bailed out and dead.
Nice.
I shall fetch the smoke of shame.
Yeah. You do that.
That makes me slightly happier. Oh, these ones have been smokied. Smoky and the bandit. 2, Smoky is the bandit. As Einstein once said.
Well,
Right, well that makes me slightly happier.
it's taken one potential thorn in your side away.
Yeah, now I just have to worry about a
The
line
6
of 6
pounders?
pounders in front of
Yeah.
me. Or I just drive down the street instead. Just back up and go round. Because if I just ignore you, then you have to try and drag those things
Not if I just block the street, which I have currently.
with your corpses.
Yes.
Well, let's see how that goes. We have
We have tigers now.
3 tigers this turn, giving me 4 shots.
I'll just dramatically swing the camera around so you
You
can see
dramatically swing the camera. Bum, 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 bum. You moved up. Vipman is out of range. The two that moved are in. So 2 shots. Down to rate of fire 1 though.
Yep.
Hitting your chromes on.
Chromes are all 4.
4s.
Everybody's 4.
1 in.
Yeah.
1 not. So 1 at an anti-tank rating of 13.
And front armor 6.
Yeah. But they don't get the +1 this time because they're up close. So I'm going
That's right.
straight to firepower to kill you.
Yay.
And I kill you on a 3.
That's right. There it is.
Oh, I'm surprised I've not been punched in the face for saying that over the years.
I'm sure.
It'll
You're
get to
gonna,
be
you're
about
gonna
that
grab
time.
some smoke there. And
Yeah, it doesn't matter which one because they're both chromies up front,
They're
aren't
both
they?
the same.
Yeah. So
I think for argument's sake, I'm just counting the
I'm just going to put that on top and we'll
last
take the
tank
turret off.
standing as the commander.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter these days, I don't think.
It does a little bit, but you're so close it doesn't really in
Yeah.
this instance. Vipman then will take a shot at the platoon. 2 shots, but you will potentially get saves against these if he hits, and he does with and a 4. So
All right.
2 in, 2 saves of 6.
Okay. 2 saves of 6. Nope. Failed both. Firepower then.
Yes, please. And both go through.
Nice.
Yes.
I guess. That's,
Well, it is for me.
I mean, I've blocked the street now.
The street is blocked, that is true.
I have also
Nobody's getting past that.
saved my firefly.
Yep. Unless I can get round the back, kill that one as he's attempting to do a 3-point turn,
Yeah.
and then just strap the firefly in there forever. So
They can just reverse, he doesn't need to do a
it has
3-point
to,
turn.
what? Driving backwards the wrong way down a street in France. You'll have the rozzers after you.
That's just the usual French
You'll
behaviour.
have the rozzers after you. Let's swap across to the Tigers on the other side. Because the southern flank has gone magnificently well. Let's see how terrible
It has.
the
We've
northern
also
flank's
framed
going to
up
go
on
for
that
me.
one too, I believe. There.
Cool. Okay. 4 Tiger shots then.
Lovely.
Yes. Just on 4s. Just right in there. Ooh.
How did that do? More?
Just one.
Just one.
3 3s, yeah. So only 1 gets in.
Oh, sweet.
But it'll be straight through the firepower,
yeah.
which will explode though.
And you were targeting
Oh, just the closest 2 to me. So
the firefly, obviously.
this firefly's very. Oh, what a terrible shame. Although that should be a 50-50 because I thought they were just 2 Cromwells because I wasn't paying attention when I walked around the corner.
4 up then.
4 up, it'll be the firefly. Oh away, yeah.
It was the Cromwell.
There you go. Happier.
Happier. We saved a Cromwell today.
Have the smoke of shame for the Cromwellians.
Fine.
Right. So they've done that. Vipman could have blitzed, but he's not going to because why would I? Panzer IV's on the flank, I feel, is the way to go. Once more, I've abandoned my glasses to the masses
Yep.
because you never know.
I'm getting complimented on my roadblock skills. I assume you're going to move over to the Panzer IVs then?
Yep, you are entirely correct. I am 100% going to do that. Right. Let's start with the 2 halted at full rate of fire
Yep.
and within 16. So just 1 pip of cover. So 4 dice on 5s into your platoon
Righto.
as they just go brap.
Flip's sake. That 3 6s.
3 6s and a miss. I missed with 1. These are great dice. I love these dice jam. They don't feel like they're L for loser, do they, Jam?
I'm not happy.
Firepowers.
Sure.
I keep forgetting there's a Firefly in there, and I should be doing these separately. So all 3 of those are on Cromwells. All 3 Cromwells are dead. But the Firefly's alive. Because I didn't specify. Actually, to be fair, I don't think that Firefly could have been shot by me from that position.
It's
So they would have
not.
had to go into the Cromwells anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, so 3 Crommies dead. Smoke of shame.
Smoke.
Smoke of shame. There's 3 bits of smoke. Pop smoke and wait for the cavalry. Just like Nicolas Cage, me. Then I have a single who hopped the fence. So he's a moving rate of fire.
Yeah,
the guy at the end. He's going to fire at your OP.
Okay.
Because why not?
Yeah, okay.
Almost undoubtedly over 16 inches away, if you want to check that. Because I think I'm going to double dunt here with cover and over 16. Yes, I'm correct.
Over 16 and cover, yeah.
Yeah. And he hasn't shot, so he is
Gone to ground.
on the ground. On the ground, concealed, it's +2. Cover, it's 3.
He's
What
a
does he
4
hit
plus
on?
to hit normally.
So 6s and 5s.
Yeah.
Give me a lair. Lair. Give me a 5. 5. Your OP's being shot in the face. Shot in the face. He does get saved this time though. Anti-tank of 11. Your armour is
6.
goes up to 7 because of range. So 5s or better.
Saved.
Oh, that's such a good shot. Oh, how good was your save? Was
It was a 5. Is that roll to bail then?
No, so that'll put you up to 12. You're fine. Totally fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Grand.
Sorry, it would have been 4s.
Yep.
4 makes 11.
Yep,
Maths is tricky.
it is.
Right.
You have 3 more
I have
Panzer IVs
3
over
more
here.
Panzer IVs. Yeah, you're right, I do. You're
Yeah.
darn tootin', my friend. They're too far away, so we have to go to John Cam.
Yep.
John Cam. Firefly, you say?
Yeah.
I honestly wasn't expecting that to happen, so I didn't set myself up to deal with that en masse. So I will go 1 into the Firefly, because I can. Ba-doop. And then his friend will go into OP, and the last part of my echelon
Can't
see because of his mates, but it does make an attractive actual tank echelon, and I like that.
Okay.
And I'm willing to do that anytime.
Yep. All right.
Just so I can blaze a trail for others to follow. So, into the OP. Cover
Gone to ground
and go to ground, because, you know.
and moving rate of fire.
Yeah, 1 die on 6s.
6s.
No lair.
What a shame.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Ooh, how close is the Firefly to Panzer IV? He's within.
12 inches.
He's within, so that's good. So, 1 die on 5s. 1. I mean, that's my most successful round of fire in a game ever, I think, so I shouldn't be too gurney about that.
Probably not.
So I won't be. I think I'll hand it over to you.
No infantry?
Oh, I've got infantry, certainly. And if they weren't
they're pinned to
if they weren't
buggering?
still holding their backsides,
Yeah.
praying for saviours to come and rescue them,
Fair
then
enough.
I would do something.
Fair enough.
But yeah.
Right, I have no bales to worry about because everybody died.
Yeah. That was very generous of me.
I
I
was
feel.
very generous of you.
Oh, no, you do.
Do I have 1 bale? Oh,
The
that's the Firefly
Firefly
still bailed.
didn't, yeah.
From last turn.
Yes.
He is probably not back in. Yeah, remount 3. He's fine.
It's fine. Oh,
Finally.
that's upsetting.
Yeah. Cool. Gonna start moving now.
Yeah.
This Firefly's probably gonna have to hold position.
Yeah, he may have to I don't know if he has to make like a good spirits test for being a
Last man.
unit. I know obviously formations do. Yeah. Check unit last stand. So if not in good spirits, you're going to have to do a motivation check.
Okay.
Or the unit is destroyed.
Confident he's 4+.
Oh, 50-50. As we know,
50-50.
all dice rolls are 50-50.
4.
You either do it or you don't.
Straight on. So he's fine on his own.
Apparently, he
There's
never
no
liked the
other-
Cromwell drivers.
No, there's no other last men then. No, that's it.
Yeah.
Right. Pardon me. The movement's not going to be great, to be fair.
No, I wouldn't
Not
have thought
gonna be
so.
Great.
This is technically...
I could, but I'm not going to.
technically
No, because that firefly's now stationary.
I think that Firefly has a nice side armor shot in return.
doesn't.
You'd be incorrect in that respect, because the game is abstracted. It's 180 degrees to the front of the vehicle.
So, for example, can you throw on my shot there? You know, technically, yes. In 3rd edition, that would have been a side shot.
No, it was always
always
one,
abstracted.
180 to the front.
The way it is currently is that beyond that line is side armor. Everything in front of that is front armor,
Yeah.
which
They-
is
they-
kind of annoying.
They only have they only have front and rear. There is no side.
Yeah,
So it's just done that way.
you're either on the front or on the butt.
Yep.
OP isn't going to move because he's still ranged in on that infantry in there that I'm going to plaster again.
Yeah, I thought that might happen.
The Cromwells down this street are fine. That Firefly is going to try and do something heroic and probably fail.
Good.
This Firefly is probably going to do the same. These in fact, actually, I have some opportunities I need to start thinking about. Well, not opportunities, some saving graces I need to start thinking about. Because I have some reserves hanging around in the midfield
Oh yeah.
that I haven't moved yet. Mainly because they're close to objectives.
It's nice to have enough vehicles that you can have reserves.
A
isn't it?
second wave, yeah.
Don't feel like you have to.
No. So over here, this Cromwell and this Firefly are going to back up. They are. Can you check my tactical move, please, Gerry, on the cards? I think it's 10 inches.
Yes, for the Firefly.
Firefly Cromwell. The tank platoon is just the same movement.
Oh, okay, grand. Tactical 12,
12.
terrain is 16, cross country is 28, road 32.
I think we'll go back to the road junction there.
Gerald, yes, they can. There's a 4-inch gap, so as long as he can place the template without it coming within 4 inches of an allied unit, then that's fine. Which might mean he may have to re-range in again if he needs to shift it.
Yep.
But if he can place it without, he's good to go.
Oh, you're not going to be happy now.
I'm never happy.
You're not going to be happy now.
I thought we knew this.
Well, yes. So that road technically counts as being blocked now because of those wrecks that are there.
There are wrecks there, yeah.
That's fine. I don't have to worry about that anymore. Because I have another tank platoon that could start making some messes very soon.
What was that you say? I should start driving through buildings with a tiger.
I mean, you can go ahead, give it a go if you really want to.
Oh, I think I will.
Will you? That's fine. While I'm at it,
What's the rule set that had one where if you drove through a building, it may have been Flames of War 3rd actually, if you drove a tank through a building, you had to roll a dice, and on the roll of a 1, you fell through into a cellar or basement,
that's right.
which was always hilarious.
So, I'm not sure there's much other movement I really want to do. Tanks can't hold objectives in this game, can they?
Yes, they can.
can?
Well, certain things can.
Yeah.
I don't think that's been changed. Infantry are better at it because they've got a great save and they just dig in and stay there forever.
True. Right.
Commands and the like can't, though. I do remember that.
I'm not going to move anymore because I don't need to. I'm going to start my shooting with my artillery because next turn I'm not going to have an OP. May as well, while it's still ranged in, may as well use it.
Yes. So if you place the template, if it comes within 4 inches of your friend's So in that case, the firefly goes to house. It is within 4, so it can't be there.
Do I have to budge?
Yeah, well, essentially it's, you like fire for effect, you can't come in where you might land on a friend. So where's 4? That's about 4. So that will be your new ranging spot, but means you have to re-range into there. You're no longer getting the automatic.
Yeah.
So.
Ah, okay. Well, I can range in again.
But you can range in again, and you'll still hit everything that was there already.
Yeah.
Because the template still covers it all. So.
Cool.
On 3s, feel free to fail.
Failed the first attempt.
Feel free to fail again. Go, good, did that.
Did that.
And you've got a third one.
Nope, failed again.
Oh, not ranged in at all then.
Nope.
Sweet. You can take that away. I don't want that
Marker
anymore.
A marker can leave.
Yeah, that template can go as well. Don't leave the template there. It makes it look like I'm about to get shelled again. That's what happens whenever the OP suddenly goes adjust. Because he sees friendlies.
True.
They all get panicky and don't know where they're going.
Yep. It's a shame I can't just direct fire now.
Yeah,
because stuff in the way.
Because there's a wall of dead armour in front of you.
Yeah. Okay. That didn't scupper my plans entirely. The artillery's still there.
I still have no problem with you direct firing at the second story, because that will be sufficiently
high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know there are rules for height in this game that are quite abstracted. I think taking a shot at first floor and roof is still fine if you want to direct fire. It's direct fire, no. Well, I know actually. You've just attempted to range in. I can't let you do direct fire now.
Yeah,
that would be wrong.
Yep.
And bad, and I should feel bad. But you know for next turn.
Yes, I know for next turn.
Your choices are direct fire or range.
Enough. This firefly over here then.
Yes.
He's going to whack himself at these.
He's going to whack-a-mole.
Whack-a-mole at the Panzer IVs. He is stationary. He is in short range.
And I'm hit on a 4.
And he has 2 shots. Hit on a 4. These dice are rubbish so far. Wow.
Yeah, still rubbish.
They're still rubbish. So that's 2 misses. Fantastic. So that firefly spaffed into nowhere.
I assume he's panicking.
Yeah, probably. On to the next platoon. This firefly,
yes,
who's practically friggin' point blank to these bloody tigers.
I mean, it's a good place to be.
It's a good place to be if you're a firefly.
If you have to shoot a tiger, then at least be point blank to him.
Yep. Yeah, so the firefly's going to take 2 shots at those tigers on the front.
Tigres are hitting 4s.
Hit on 4s. I'm stationary, which is great. 1 hit.
1 hit. Well, see, the other one's halfway hull down behind the house. So that's why you missed him.
If that's the excuse, yeah.
That is the excuse I'm giving you there.
My anti-tank is 14.
Yeah, you're just going to be crying whenever I roll a lair.
Yeah.
So my front armor's 9.
Yeah.
So.
Go on.
No, it actually gets through.
God.
So firepower then.
Firepower. Firefly is 3+. I'm changing dice because I don't trust that one. And this is the one that rolls a 1. Jeez, okay, it's a 4.
Yep.
Do you want to count that as a 4?
I'll count that as a 4.
Count that as a 4.
Well, it was a 4 or 6.
It was a 4 or 6.
Either will do that, tank up like a kipper.
True.
So.
I killed a tiger.
In Africa. Pop him off. Fetch the smoke of shame.
That makes me feel a little better.
Shame smoke.
I lost a lot of tanks last turn, but you lost a tiger.
Lost a tiger, that's all right. Hummels will stick one back together with other parts. It's like a Dr. Frankenstein of tiger tanks.
Yeah. James is saying can still direct fire first floor, we think.
Yeah, but not if he's attempted to range in for an artillery shot and missed 3 times.
Yeah,
that's why I said he couldn't this turn, because he's already taken a shot and missed.
Yep.
I didn't do it because I hate him, Jam. I did it because he'd had a shot and failed.
Yep, next turn. That's fine.
I get the feeling that people watch us with the sound off.
A silent World War II movie?
Yep. Oh, we should all be sepia toned. That'd be good.
That would be good. We should have messed up the white balance on these cameras too.
I think there's like a sepia thing, isn't there?
Probably.
I mean, that's what modern tech does for you. They have things.
Done. Not doing anything. That infantry's not doing anything. Can't see anything. That infantry I'll sort out in a bit. I really want to go over here now and try
Try your luck.
my luck, because I've now got a firefly over here.
That's true. You have Firefly backing up the 6-pounders.
Yep. So 3 6-pounders and a firefly. And the firefly can take at least one shot at those.
Isn't that a Beck song?
Huh?
I've got 3 6-pounders and a Firefly. Where it's at?
I don't know.
Pretty sure Beck would have sung something like that.
No problem.
Sounds like the sort of thing he would do.
Yep. 8 shots then. 6, 8.
Yes.
So those 4 6-pounders onto your Panzer IVs.
You're up there. Hello, Panzer IVs.
We agreed last time we were over 16 inches. And
We
you're in
did.
cover.
Yes. We agreed both of these things.
Okay. You are hit on
4s.
plus 1 for range.
Plus 1 for the range and 1 for the cover.
1 for
so
cover,
6s.
so 6s. 8 shots at 6s. There is 2 hits in there.
Ooh. Anti-tank.
Anti-tank on the 6-pounders are 11.
Armour of 6 goes to 7 for the range. So that's 11 and 11. So 2 saved, but chance to bail
Chance to bail.
on fire power.
2 firepowers of 4 plus. 1 bailed.
1 bailed, 1 stays where it's better. Not getting out because we're stupid. So I will bail him. It makes no odds. I see my future. My future is a Firefly shooting.
Well, the firefly's only got 1 shot, and
Yes.
with my dice rolls currently, it's not going to go well. So it's going to be same as before. One shot at range in cover, so 6 is to hit again still.
Yes, it is.
Fine. We did not make that hit. So
I thought he might have been a little bit closer because of the angle of the buildings, but he wasn't.
No.
He was still over. Still over the 16. Boop.
cool. Well, we didn't destroy anything. We just kept
No,
going.
but
But we're harassing you.
I am. I'm feeling Richard. Richard Harris. Get it, kids.
Okay. This platoon again into the building. I moved the
Mortar.
mortar team in so they can direct fire.
Okay.
They'll obviously have moved. Does that count as the whole platoon having moved?
That's a good question. I'm not going to look that up right now. I'm going to say no
Okay.
because
We'll just
I think that's too granular.
Yeah.
Somebody comes in the back door, so everybody who's been set up inside the building for the last half hour / overnight suddenly go, oh well, we can't do that now. No.
the mortar team is rate of fire 1 regardless
Oh well,
whether
you're
it's
fine
moved or
then.
not. So
When have we got the charge of the lorries? Jam wants to know.
the lorries are all sat at the back having tea because all the infantry's deployed. But I mean, you can see them like they're there. They're just chilling out the back.
That is true.
That is the last line of defense ?
That's a big question mark.
Machine gun them down. I don't think there's enough room on the
what the
terrain
lorry
for them to get
drivers?
past that.
Union rules, mate.
Yeah,
It's tea break time.
tea break time.
Who are the most important people on this board?
That's what certain towns in Normandy looked like last week.
Yeah.
Just
Just full of allied
trucks.
vehicles.
Yeah, just full of trucks. Just full of other people's junk. He says,
Junk people.
knowing his jeep was over there too.
Fair enough.
Right, infantry then.
Yes.
What have we got again? I have to keep remembering this every time.
7 bases of rifle MG.
Yep. So it's 14 shots
Oh my
initially.
god.
14 hitting on 4s.
Do I remember right? The Piat had a heart attack. Brought on by fatty foods.
I'm sure.
I'm
4s,
similar.
5s for cover.
Yes. Oh, and at this stage I would also count as gone to ground because I didn't do anything last turn.
6s.
So no move, no shoot, just holding my backside.
That's 4 hits.
4 saves. I must nominate who, because I've remembered to nominate somebody. All 4 beyond rifle MGs.
Yeah, fine.
I know you're shocked.
How many layer?
Just 1.
Okay.
1 save, 2 ones, so 2
2 firepower?
firepower checks to off 2 more members of the happy battalion.
Firepower 6.
Ooh,
Double 6.
rats.
Rats. Got rid of you now.
Yes.
We've hurt you. Finally.
Let's take the guys out of the back building. For fun and profit. Sure. Yeah, let's do that. Okay.
Would you stick with Flames of War or go bolt action to be close to their new edition release?
For what? Oh, is this somebody who's asking about Market Garden in September? I'm going to throw this one out here just to really annoy you. 5 for Victory by Studio Tomahawk, because it's being delivered this week, assuming customs have finally let them put cardboard in, because apparently they were worried cardboard might be filled with drugs or refugees or spoiled meat or something. So customs decided to hold up cardboard for additional weeks at the docks. But yeah, I want to see what 5 for Victory rolls out. Same scale as bolt action. But
just more a skirmish. I think that suits Market Garden.
Yeah.
Especially if you're playing across the bridges and stuff.
oh, you'll be wanting to do something like this, where it's very dense terrain and stuff. You know, in and out of houses, doing Sean Connery impressions, that sort of thing.
Shooting pistols through windows.
All of that.
Yep.
So
Right, so you've sorted yourself out over here then.
well, I've done the first dead peoples, but there's also
have more
Piat
shooting.
and Le Mortor.
The Piat, Pete the Piat,
Yes,
single shot,
yes.
needs sixes.
6s.
He gets a 6.
Of course he does. Why would he not?
Let's take an anti-tank grenade to the face.
5, so he's okay.
Ah.
And the Mortor,
The mortar team.
because he's rate of fire 1 and he moved, he gets a +1 to shooting, so 7s. So you need to get another rat, followed by a 5. I mean, I've done it.
No,
No.
that was a 1.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Oh well.
Kind of everything.
We're doing work over here. We are doing work over here.
But it was 5 hits. I'm glad I didn't unpin. It saves me having to put that pin marker back down.
True. Very true. Shot, freaking out. Shot.
How is he freaking out?
He's just sat there and he's like...
He's got a telegraph pole painted like a gun on the front of his tank. Why would he be freaking out? He can make bang sounds as the Germans approach, and maybe they'll think, if they went bang, ding, they'd think that they were being ricocheted off and would retreat.
I really wanted to, for the OP tank, I really wanted to give it a very light dry brush of brown over the gun to make it look like the paint was flaking off again.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
put a really bad black dot on the end of the...
Oh, like no, just leave the gun barrel undrilled and then actually do the little tree rings. It's little circles. Like they forgot to paint it. Solid.
Yep.
Right.
Okay. That infantry platoon's not doing anything.
Not currently.
6-pounders have fired.
Yes.
Fireflies fired.
Yes.
I have no other shooting, so it is over to you.
Okay. To me, to you. Right. Attempt to unpin and attempt to remount tanks. That's what we're going for here. Remounting. He does not. He may get a bonus to that. Let me check. Unpinnings. They do not on a 3. They're apparently there for the winter. Our survey says,
This is on to turn 3 as well, if anyone's confused.
yes. Theoretically, we may hit that 11 turn. You just don't know.
If we're here for another 3 hours.
Protected ammo remount. Yeah, we may not get there. We may hit the turn 6/7 and then just see where we're at then, assuming nobody's gone away at that stage.
Yep.
Do I get the opportunity to remount or a bonus for my... It's a bonus for the company HQ, not a bonus for your command HQ for remounting, he said in a high questioning voice. I imagine somebody will be typing this in. the only question is, will they type it in and will it get through the delay in Twitch before I find it?
Yeah.
So, yep. Remounts the tank. Reroll field attempts. Whose commander is within 6 inches. Okay, so I do get to reroll that. So the 2 gets rerolled, goes to a 4, and he does remount. They're actually on 3s to remount because of protected ammo.
Yep.
But a 2 wouldn't have helped that either way. Has somebody managed to catch me up in the chat yet and tell me that I was wrong?
No.
Good. Then we'll not listen to them and plough on regardless. Right. Let's get this show on the road. Let's go over a fence. Or a bit of bocage.
Go for it.
In this case. Little bit of bocage-wagy. Because I feel like 8-pounders tonight. 8-pounders tonight. Mm-hmm. So they're going to attempt to... They're going to attempt to blitz in a tactical move over that.
Okay.
So I'm just going to hop the hedge and get the full rate of fire. Am I? Is that something I would ever want to do realistically? Let me think about this for a moment. Your guns. What's your gun save? 5s?
Saves 3.
3. Oh man. I really don't want to be dealing with them behind a hedge as well. I'm going to stay there for a turn because they're in a position where they can do stuff. So they're not going to hop the hedge. But
Okay.
what I will do is I'm going to bring up the infantry. I'm going to deboss, bring the infantry through the hedges behind because that seems sensible. Mm-hmm. So yes, 8-inch tactical maneuver. Right lads, go A squad. 8 inches from there. Oh, they can get right up beside the tank tree. That's good. So, I'm not allowed to have the fun Shreks. I just have to take the small, crappy Shreks. This is appalling. This is a travesty. That's what that is.
Yep. I'm sure. I feel very cut up for you.
I can hear that in your voice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In case people are wondering, no, I didn't finish the Splinter camo on their smocks and helmets. I did do one set there. You're never going to focus, are you?
Oh, there you go.
See. Now just imagine that's on all of the other helmet covers and they're not just plain cream at the moment.
Yep.
So that's how I deal with that. It saves me having to paint anymore. Do one and then people can use their imagination. Mm-hmm. So infantry advance. And next turn I'll be pushing forward infantry and tank support, or tank with infantry support, depending on your point of view. So that blocked road is very annoying. I do have options to split the Tigers because obviously the company commander's there. Let's go for some fence hopping here. So these guys, Red Rover, let Ray go over. Nope. So we start the bidding with Ossifer. Isn't going anywhere. Neither's his mate. Last one does. Oh my lord. He doesn't. He does. Does he want to though at this stage? Well, yes he will. But I'm not going to get out of command range because that would be insane. What we will do is pop over the bocage, but stay hull down behind the building as he attempts to deal with Mr. Firefly. Oh, that's cute. I like that. It also shows me he's not tight enough in there. Be tighter. That's better. Right. So he does that. And then my echelon here will blitz move. Unlike my Tigers, I don't think my Panzer IVs get 2 up for the blitz. No. So 3 up for the blitz. Which they fail, so no free blitz. And go ahead and do a regular tactical move.
Need to change that formation a bit.
Yeah. That's all right. He's going to come up to there. He's going to come up to there. He's going to come up to there. In fact, why would he? He could just stay where he was and get his full rate of fire. They could just move forward to deal with Mr. OP. The most annoying of all people. I can't believe you're both bogged down, lads. You know, wide tracks for cross-check or something? No, you don't. No, just 3 up. Tigers would have crossed that. Just saying. Speaking of tigers,
Yep.
this pair is going to break this way in support. Don't mind me. His friend will come with. And then Fitzman, Michael himself, is going to plough down the rue. You have a Piat. What's the range on a Piat? He said before he stops directly below one of your buildings.
8 inches.
8 inches. That's much further than I thought it was going to be. I was hoping for 6, like my little Fausties.
Yeah.
Okay, so I suppose you can always run out and shoot at my front if you wanted to.
I don't think I'm that brave with the Piat.
No. I'm going to come to here because I think he may be going over that Bocage next turn.
Yeah.
That would be my guess to support the boys. Oh, I should probably send my half-tracks to the rear. I don't have to,
But you will.
but I'm going to. I can always come forward later. They're all great. You're all fantastic. Loving your work, guys. I think that's my movement done.
All right.
So, Shotting's Tiger,
Sure.
double barrel,
Sure.
Firefly,
Uh-huh.
4s.
4s.
I made a 4 if I add the 1 and 3 together. Is that a no then? Okay.
That's a no.
Fair enough then, be like that.
Yeah.
You may find he's going to shoot and scoot and pull back around that corner. You can come around and face 3 Tigers.
Yep.
1 Panzer IV, who,
That's an arm.
that was an arm, big freckly arm. That Panzer IV there, who's lurking around the corner, into your Firefly. Cover, so 5s. Nope, 4. Do I have actual line of sight for my bogged down boys? Not into the Firefly. 8 halted rate of fire. Sherman OP from these 2, which are both going to be, oh no, he's actually within 16. He's not there. So, 5s,
5s.
2 hits,
2 hits.
6s.
1.
So this is 3 into the OP.
Uh-huh.
2 saves at your regular armor plus D6 against firepower 11.
Okay. 5s or 6s I need. 1 5, so that would make a bail attempt, and
Okay.
1 straight through.
1 straight through. And then there's a 3rd check that will be at +1 armor. So 4s, 5s or 6s.
Got it. 4
Okay.
for another bail.
So 2 chances to bail,
Yep.
both bailed.
Both bailed.
1 chance to kill does so.
Okay.
So the OP,
Can see no more.
I mean, isn't that a shame? It's not really a shame. I don't think so anyway. So, Fairplay in the corner. Halted rate of fire from the guy at the back. And then he can't see anymore. And technically he can see for the second one. Yeah, technically he could. If he goes there, because he can get to that. You've got cover anyway, so it's not going to make a blind bit of difference. So 3 shots. Oh, it would make a difference actually, because that's bulletproof cover, isn't it? So if I'm passing through 2 inches of bocage, because I'm coming in at a oblique. So, and I will be passing through more than 2 inches, so no, I can't see you.
All right, okay.
Look at you with your big, dirty bocage hedgerow protecting you. Right, the guy who can wing 1 into you will wing 2 into you, because he's not moved. 5s. No.
Nothing.
So that's that side done.
Okay.
Fed up with them.
Yep. Over to the others.
Over to the other. Tigray can't, because there's a lot of dead things in his way. So he might turn the machine gun onto that building that contains people. Or maybe not. Man. I go, yeah, halted rate of fire. All 3 are going to use their main gun to attempt to obliterate your 6-pounders. As much fun as firing the machine guns would be. And I think it would be a lot of fun to fire the machine guns at you. I don't want to have to try and get through the bulletproof cover. I think I need to knock lumps out of that bocage. 4, 6. So, what do I hit your gun teams on? Are they delightfully careful people?
The 6-pounders hit on 4.
5s then,
5
for the range. Ooh, you'll be pleased to hear 3. One of them's a lair.
It is.
So 3 saves for your, whatever your save is.
Yep. Saves on my 3+. No, reading the wrong one. No, still 3+. 3 saves, no modifiers.
No modifiers, yeah, just saves.
1 did not make it.
Firepower check to kill one of your guns.
Yes.
Kills him, so 1 is dead.
1 gun is dead.
I don't mind which one you pick. It can be anyone you want.
I'm going to take away this one.
Oh, 1 at the end.
Yep.
Okay.
For no reason.
Not at all.
No.
And while they're down here, hello infantry. They're going to fire wildly into the air. I think they've only got a 16-inch range, which means they're not going to be in range. But like Crispin at a wedding, I think they're just going to fire wildly into the air for fun and frivolity anyway. Range 16 inches, yeah. So they can't. I'm just going to grab a handful of dice and go, arriba. Suppressing fire, as would be screamed by Archer.
Sure.
Well, they got out, they came forward, they may as well check their guns are in good order before they advance.
Sure.
Dun Wittmann is going to plow 1 into that building.
Okay.
Right there. Them. They're getting a tiger shot. It's filled with rifle MG.
So it's only 2.
2 rifle MG. Oh, I should give you a dose of machine gun instead, then, out badness. No, well, I'll hit you with the 88, in case I do actually hit.
Okay.
What do I hit you on?
It's going to be 4s again.
And they haven't done anything, so they are concealed and blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm. They haven't fired at all.
So 6s for them.
6s.
Yes. 5, so close, and yet so far. I'm done with you. Is he going to... No, he could scoot back with a tactical manoeuvre, although I wonder if I have to nominate that before I shot in a turn. It's a good question, because I rarely use the tactics. Shoot and scoot. Unit leader that did not move in the movement step can issue a shoot and scoot in the assault step instead of assaulting. So yes, I can still do it. Roll die, I will do this. If it's equal to the skill rating of a tiger. What's a tiger's skill rating? 3 up, you say? Okay. Yeah, he does. He can move 4 inches. He is going to peel back behind that corner so that firefly, if he wants him, can come and get him. But you'll have to bring your friends. Because we're going back to here.
Okay. That's all right.
It is. It's very all right.
Yeah.
That's me.
Okay.
That's you, sir.
Nice. So my turn 3 now.
Yes.
You're leaving me with a few things I need to consider. Not a lot of things, but like if
Jesus said, have you considered the lily? I don't know how that's going to help you in this instance.
Neither do I, but...
The annoying thing is, for all the killing I'm doing, all I'm doing is choking the streets with wreckage.
Yep.
I'm making my move actually much harder.
Everything is going just as planned for me.
Yeah.
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 Right. First up then.
Let's move my glasses, because we don't use them anyway, do we? No, we don't.
The Cromwell hiding behind his Firefly buddy is going to scooch up
Yes.
and take the position of that lost 6-pounder. Just to reinforce that a little bit.
The people who were telling me rules earlier, can I still drive through buildings in a tank? Discuss. I'm going to look as well, but I've looked already and I couldn't see it.
So what else I'm going to do is I'm going to start annoying you a bit, Gerry.
Yep, feel free.
This Firefly over here, who's been nice and cozy for a while.
Oh, he'll need to make a last man standing check again. won't
Will.
he? Yeah.
You're right.
I'd really like him to go away.
I know you would.
His motivation, is he quite motivated?
He's a confident 4+.
I mean, that's not
Oh,
the
sorry,
worst.
skills 4+, yeah. He's still there.
Yeah,
He's fine.
That is disappointing.
He is now, however, going to shift attack over here. I don't know why he's coming over here. In fact, actually, I know why he's coming over here. He wants to make a cross check here.
Okay. So that is just a cross. Will be at the end of your weapon rating.
Cross 3.
Yeah.
Cross 3. He makes it. Mm-hmm. He has moved, how many inches has he moved currently? 6. He has another 4 in him.
He's another 4 in him.
Just going to bring
4
him
candles.
to there.
Handles for me, fork.
So that's with him moved into a new position.
Look at that wall of dead.
I know.
It's a beautiful wall.
We're going to add to it now.
Please don't.
This platoon down the street
Yes.
are going to separate themselves out a bit. This Cromwell is going to nudge his way between these buildings. Get himself some line of sight there. This Cromwell is going to do the same and nudge his way between these 2 buildings, because when you set these buildings up, Gerry, that's a tank width right there.
Yes.
And
That's very disappointing that they've removed the ability to drive through a building in a tank.
I mean, on a 2-story building, you wouldn't really want to do it anyway.
But it also means you can't deploy them. You might be able to deploy.
And then
'Cause,
this firefight.
Tank destroyers used to be able to deploy in buildings as well. For a similar reason, you would just drive in, stick the barrel out a window.
True. I think this Firefly is going to sit still.
Yes.
He doesn't really have anything he can shoot at, though.
He doesn't feel like going around the corner by himself. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
At rate of fire 1, he definitely doesn't want to do that.
Yes.
In the meantime,
In the Navy,
in the Navy,
you learn to go on ships. I think that's the word.
I'm going to do something annoying.
I'd ask my dad, but I'd need a Ouija board.
Are we counting these walls as anything?
Not really.
Or are we going to plow through them?
Oh, you plow. I mean,
You want me to just plow through them?
I would just plow through them. They are garden walls.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're stone at best.
for infantry, they could use them as some sort of bulletproof cover for any vehicle that wants to donut through them.
Yeah.
Just go right ahead. They're not gonna impact them. They probably should be cross checks, but doing a cross check for every little garden wall like that would be very dull.
It would.
I know. I think the street width's spot on.
12.
If you look at the pictures from Villers-Bocage, it's not far off it.
Yeah.
You shouldn't really be able to get two tanks past each other easily.
They should be scraping sides, like they should be quite tight.
Yeah. I'll take a picture of that because that's sexy.
I'm going to leave that platoon where it is currently. I think my HQ platoon's going to move. I'll let Gerry get his picture.
Oh no, you work away, mate.
Oh, you go ahead. It's fine. Road dash. Road dash. Can I turn on a road dash?
Yeah. Or you can spin around and do whatever you want on that. As long as you don't leave the road,
Yeah.
your dash has to be completely along, where you can power slide round if you want to.
That's fine. I'm going to start some shenanigans.
Because if the streets had been wider to make it easier to get into them, for example, I'd just drive two Tigers side by side down, forming a wall.
Yep.
Until John threw things at me. So yeah.
Yeah. It wouldn't have
Cheers,
been well.
Gerald. They haven't come across too badly. Obviously, I mean, the British were hammered out a rate of knots and still need some TLC that they'll probably get after the fact.
Probably.
Well, I say that. I'll bring them home and see if I can bring myself to do it. And then the Germans are just my Germans, so they always need finished. And will remain always needing finished for some time to come. If I could focus on one period and theatre for the Germans, because I've got early war, late war Europe, and mid-war North Africa, so nobody's in the same colour scheme. So I've got quite a lot of things everywhere.
Yeah.
What was that you say? You've got Yag Tigers in your bag, Gerry, you should use them. Well, thank you, John. I wasn't going to because they weren't here, but...
I really don't want you to, thanks.
Okay.
Right, that's all my movement for this turn.
It's slightly more than I expected anyway.
It is a bit more than you would expect, isn't it?
Yeah,
I am holding my ground mostly, though.
mostly.
Doing all right. We're still here, kind of.
Yeah. The Cromwell into the flank of my Panzer IVs isn't going to be great, but
No.
I had a feeling something like that was going to happen no matter what way I twist and turned, like a twisty-turny thing. There was going to be a flank available for them.
I mean, in this scenario, it's my board to control.
Yes.
It's my board to lose. So if I just ram everything down your throat all at the same time, it's just like you're going to have to deal with it. Right, shooting. That is definitely still not artillery safe in there.
No, oh, very much not now, especially now you've put a tank on either side of the building.
Yep.
Because the Cromwell's now in the alleyway. So,
Yep.
yeah.
That's true.
Because 4 inches from him is pretty much going to take both of the buildings out of
I
contention.
could just range in on the Panzer IV.
Yeah, that's true. Or direct fire.
Or direct fire.
Either's fine. Well, direct fire is more fine, but...
I might direct fire, but I'll figure that out as I go along. I'm going to start with the platoon that's hanging around in this street,
Yes.
or the troop. Even I should start calling them platoons and calling them troops because they're troops. You getting a nice wee.
Yes. So them. That group.
Not the infantry.
Not the infantry.
Across, you want to look
Oh,
across.
the actual
We're actually looking for some tanky.
him.
Yes.
Is that who you're looking for?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Why would you look for him?
So
Look at the bones.
we'll start with this Cromwell. He's
Yes.
just going to fire straight into this one. He's moved. He's only one shot. I don't care. So he is moved 4 to hit, 5 for
For the cover.
cover.
If you were to just fire at that one who isn't pressed up against the wall, it would be one better.
But I've got a Cromwell aim to do that as well.
Well, your Cromwell gets how many shots?
1.
1. And I'll be front for your Cromwell. Your Cromwell's probably going to end up... Oh, is he front for all of them? No. He's side rear for him on the extreme. So that's a flank shot.
That's not a flank shot, is it?
Oh,
No,
might be
it's not.
close. Oh no, yeah, you're in front for everyone. Yeah. All right. In that case, it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter what I do.
I would punk 2 of them
Into this.
because you have a chance to break that unit. Then,
True.
if 2 die, then I've got to make a motivation check. If you put 1 into him and 1 in, if you put 1 into him and 1 into him,
Yep.
that still leaves 2 active tanks in both, so they're both fine.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Why am I suggesting this to you? You do whatever you want. You fire indiscriminately at as many people as possible with as ineffectualness as you possibly can.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Okay, yeah, well then we'll take this Cromwell and we'll fire into this group. So you can't really see him, but he is there.
No, not from that one anyway. You definitely can't. That's me.
And that's definitely not the right one.
I hit the button setup, Justin.
Justin!
And you're never going to see this, Justin, because it doesn't need edited. Justin!
Okay, so the single Cromwell is hiding off screen here.
So
into here.
So it's just going to be 4s? Because there's no cover and you're well within 16?
Yeah, and it's just rate of fire 1 because I moved. And I missed.
Oh, and the other guy's going to be the same.
The other guy's going to be the same on 4s. And he missed.
Oh, okay.
Sweet. And the Firefly can't see anything.
It was good tactical advice, though.
It was good advice.
It was.
So this Firefly can't see anything.
Yeah, because there's a lot of
there's wreckage in the way.
Dead armor everywhere around him.
Yep. That's fine. We will switch to this Firefly out in the flank.
Yes. No.
No. There.
Jesus.
He's just going to shoot straight into this guy. Probably.
Okay.
Again, rate of fire 1. 5s. Because he's up.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, you're shooting through. 5s. So 5s. Ooh.
There was a word on the tip of my tongue there.
Fiddlesticks.
Fiddlesticks.
Did you know you could use Burke? And I will tell you why you can use Burke later on.
Right, okay.
Why Burke is safe but not safe.
Okay. We are going to direct fire the sections into the upper floor of this one.
Yes. Yeah, into the back of the well. Yeah, do it that way.
Because why not?
For people at home who won't be here whenever I'm telling John off camera, it's because Burke is short for Berkeley Hunt, which is Cockney rhyming slang. I'll let you decide what it is.
I see.
But I can't tell you that because that'd be terrible on stream.
Sure. Can I split fire?
Yeah.
But I'm firing at the platoon. I'm not firing at the building, so it doesn't matter what.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what. Yeah. As long as you can see all of the only reason it would make a difference is if one of the buildings wasn't visible, but you can see both, so you can just level.
True.
Yeah.
4 direct shots then.
Yeah.
From those sextons.
Feel free.
You're hit on 4.
4s, but these days currently 6s because we're
down.
Trousers down, ass up.
Yep.
And we're about to take a hammering from the artillery.
6s.
6s.
You're not going to get hurt that bad. In fact, you only get 1 hit.
I get 1 hit in. But it is brutal, so I re-roll if I'm successful.
Yes.
Which I am. Which I'm there. Still am. So.
Okay.
Stay down, guys. Never get up. You be all that you can. You be the lovely pinned holding that objective infantry that you can. Because, yeah.
Fine. Fine.
Fine.
It's fine.
Fine.
We're
all fine here.
Yep.
How are you?
Over in this far side, then.
Yes.
The Firefly is now stationary, but he's been joined by a Cromwell.
He's been joined by a Cromwell who's on the.
He's on the move.
On the lamb.
Yep.
As I believe they say. Oh, I finally got the wrong one again.
Ah, sweet.
The one time I wanted it, I got you.
The Firefly then, he's up to rate of fire 2. He's going to fire onto those Panzer IVs.
Yes.
So that's 4s, over 16.
5s.
And cover.
6s.
2 shots. I'm changing these dice again because they're really. These are not good dice. 6s.
You've got to motivate your dice.
There is no 6s.
If you keep changing them all the time, they get depressed and think you don't believe in them.
I don't believe in them. That's why I'm missing. That's why my Firefly just missed twice.
I believe in Harvey Dent. So.
That's fine. The Cromwell next to it is going to take its singular shot at the same target, and it is also going to miss.
Okay.
The 3 remaining 6-pounders.
Yes.
Which are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 shots, are going to take their 6s to hit as well, I believe.
Yes.
1 hit.
1 hit?
1 hit.
Anti-tank?
Anti-tank 11.
Okay. 7. So 4s?
Yep. Oh my god. Fine. Okay. Fine.
These are awesome dice.
This is.
These are the equivalent of, oh, I'm glad you didn't get the Desert Rat dice off Lloyd. They're filth.
Dark days. These were sent to me
Yes.
by Battlefront,
Right.
so it's their fault that they're not working.
They didn't bake them for you
They
first.
didn't bake them for me first, no.
They probably expect people to do that themselves. It's the same way you have to build and paint your own vehicles.
I know.
You have to bake your own dice.
What a mess.
80 degrees, 20 minutes. 20 degrees less for fan-assisted ovens, obviously.
Infantry into this lot again.
Yes, all of it.
God, yes, all of it.
I would put the pin marker on, except I've not managed to get it off. So
No, just keep it there.
at some
for
point,
now, would you?
a Tiger commander is going to come up beside them and just tell them to get up.
Yeah. 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11,
Actually, if
12,
my
13, and 14.
no, I was going to say my company commander could tell him to do it, but you've shot him in the face.
Yeah.
He'd fire the arty at the panzers and the infantry to the south in a nice clamp. The only problem with that is he requires a spotter from a company command or an OP unit, which
And
means
the-
getting somebody round there who's a company commander.
The company commander is currently at the back here behind a building, so
I mean, it's not beyond the realms of possibility. He could run him up
yeah.
and get him to spot, stick him in a building at the back and, yeah, have an OP, but currently they've no spotter to do that.
Infantry then, still going to be 6s.
Yes. There's at least 2 in there, because I can see 2. 3, you say?
3.
Rifle MG, rifle MG, rifle MG.
Correct.
One of them gets through.
Oh,
Firepower check.
firepower check. 6. Nope.
Ooh.
Went to a 1. Piat team.
I might be able to take the pin marker off here. I
Missed.
can, because you're not going to do 5 hits.
No, I'm not.
Oh no, hang on. Did you hit with the direct fire earlier? You did, didn't
Yeah,
you?
we did. We got one hit with the direct fire.
Yeah.
And then the mortar team also misses.
Ah, well.
Okay.
But they are still pinned.
They are still pinned. That is my turn 3.
Yeah, you're holding me at the edge of town as well, which is quite annoying. I am annoyed. I am Jack's twisted bile duct. Right. So,
Battlefront, their German bias. In this game, clearly.
you say that, but the Firefly's got better anti-tank than the 88s on the Tigers. In fact, I think it's got better anti-tank than some of the bigger guns, like the Jag Tiger.
It may have a good gun, but at the end of the day, it's still a tin can.
Still not sure. Well, you say that, I've not managed to do anything to it yet. Right, so here's my thinking. Going through town has been a bust, as the Germans discovered historically.
Yeah.
Going through town was terrible, so I need to push the flanks. And in doing so, I'll bring a smashing victory that will sweep you back to the Atlantic seawall, and we will restore Festung Europa to its glory. That's my plan.
Yeah.
So you watch how I'm going to do that now. I'm going to do it like this, right?
Right.
I'll give you a rundown.
Okay.
So starting this end,
Yes.
Wittmann is going to do a clever blitz move
Uh-huh.
and a cross check. He's going to hop over into this tiny bit of real estate here, but he'll still be at his full rate of fire when he pings 2 shots into that infantry
Yep.
in that building, just for novelty value. He's really going to sit for a turn. Panzer IVs are going to stay here, gunning down there.
Yep.
I need to knock out at least one of these tanks. That'll push 2 of your tank units onto last man checks.
Yep.
If they can be broken, then that puts your formation in danger.
It does.
Meanwhile, the infantry are going to sweep over the hedge, start running towards your guns like lunatics, firing wildly into the air.
Sure.
Tigers here, blitz
Yes.
for full rate of fire into Firefly,
Uh-huh.
which will put that in a good position. Those panzers on the far right, obviously all the panzers are on the far right, but those ones in particular, they're going to sweep over, having done this firefly up like a kipper, and then push towards this
The artillery.
artillery.
Yep.
And then these guys are going to actually cross the hedge this time and follow up with their mate, hopefully dealing with Cromwells in this corner. And that's it. Really, when I think about it, there's probably not even any point in playing the turn. Now I've thought about it out loud. It's just going to be a win, John. It's just going to be a win.
Sure. Yep.
So I'm going to start with Wittmann for his blitz, which he's going to fail on 1. On a 2-up, he would have passed that. His cross check, he will pass. Well done. So he's over there, but his rate of fire is reduced for his tactical manoeuvre, but he will still fire a shot indiscriminately into that building. I say that, it's entirely possible I don't have a line of sight now because that's very tight in there. But, you know, I've done it, so can't stop me. Can't stop the signal. Infantry, I'm going to start charging over here.
I will give you a better look at that.
Okie dokie. I'll start with some of the guys more in the mid-duel. So, don't mind us, ladies and gentlemen. We're just coming over.
Is it about this time I should have kept those Stuarts back?
Yes, that would have been more problematic if I had machine gun fire to deal with as well. But Red Rover, let Gerry go over. It's like the Burbs. I'm trying to think. I should be able to fire tank to tank with intervening infantry in the way. But I keep remembering a lot of 3rd edition rules.
Yep.
Which leads me to believe that I might be better. No, sod it, no. I'm just going to keep them over there. This may end up with a lot of house rules in it, because I don't see any reason why. I know they say things like stationary infantry can be fired past because they're all standing still, but at the same time I think if you're firing a main gun on a tank towards another tank with infantry below you, that shouldn't be a major issue. Let's see whether or not my blitz checks work. There are 2 separate Tiger there. One doesn't and the other doesn't. So none of the blitzings. So they're all going to be at halt or at moving rate of fire. So that's, I'm not going to say that's shit, but that's shit.
You're kind of having a bit of a stumble in this grand plan of yours.
Well, it's not so much a stumble as a, there's no point in me just doing that now, I suppose. I may as well just go right the way around. Get everybody in there who can. I've just rolled all my 1s at one time. But at least I'm getting them out of the way before the shooting phase starts.
Yes.
So he's going to come round to there. He'll come round to there. And the last one, I think, might have range. How far is that actually? Oh yeah, 8 inches. Oh, he does. He can come round to there. And if I'm very lucky, that's over 3/4 of an inch and can take a shot. It is, because it's over an inch. So they'll do that. Cross the forested hedgerow of Bocage, my little friends. Lair. Coming back to me. Go A squad. Bump. And 10 inches. Bump to there. So that's Cromwell dealing time. And then, because I'm a sucker, let's attempt to cross the Bocage to shoot into the flank of the Firefly. So first does not, second does not. Will the third make it? Oh, he does. Oh, God bless him. Okay, so smashing. So I've got, where's those bogged down tokens? Oh my God, I can't believe I can't believe I keep bogging down on 1s and 2s and things. The annoying thing is the only one who passed was the furthest one away.
Yep.
Which means he's not actually. Well, he might just be in there. No, because it has to be the majority behind. So yeah, so 2 bogged down. Let me just go and fetch those, John. This is why Blitzkrieg failed. Garden hedgerows. This is why Milton Keynes will never be invaded by the Fourth Reich. There's too many hedges.
What now?
Now I think all of my manoeuvring is done. It's been a spectacular failure. But now let's shoot some things.
Okay.
Let's shoot 3 individual Tigres into the face of your Firefly.
Sure.
4s.
Yes. Straight 4s.
1 hit. 2 1s.
Oh dear.
Oh, the dice have turned.
It could still be it though.
Point blank into the face of a Sherman. What's your armor?
My armor is 6.
So just go straight to firepower. That firefly is dead.
That is.
It's a dead firefly.
So
Smoke of failure and disappointment.
did he disappoint though? Because he kept you.
No, well, no, he disappointed me. So yes, I'm very disappointed. Can Michael see that building? Yes, yes, he can. You see the whole window section of it. So he's going to give those guys the good news,
With 1 shell.
which will hit though. He will hit.
Okay, yeah.
Will he though? No. Yes, maybe.
They still
4s.
haven't-
They're
they
4s, aren't they? But they haven't
still
moved and
haven't
stuff.
fired,
So no,
yeah.
he doesn't hit them. Get up. Get up, you lazy slug of beds. Let's just fire into the gun teams, who are now all in range of all my rifle MGs. Which will be 1 dice each, probably. Is it? No, that looks like 2. Oh no, it's a straight MG team. Hang on, there's my grins. It is 1 dice each. 7 shots into your guns. Requiring
4s normally.
5s
Fives.
because of the hedgery.
Yes.
Only 1. Oh no. 3 up save then, I suppose, for your guns.
Yeah. Just for the 1.
Just for the 1.
Okay. It's fine.
Yeah. Not even pinned.
Nope.
Epic failures, that's what they are. Terrible, terrible people. Right. I'll be honest with you, John, it's not going as well as I expected.
No.
You were wise not to surrender
Yeah.
and play out the turn. These 2 will take a pop at this armoured platoon here. He, I don't think, can see because there's a smoking corpse of a Stuart in his way.
Yep.
And I would be 100% correct on that, but I'll take the halted rate of fire for his mates any day of the week and twice on Tuesdays. So 4 on 4s to 5s to
6s for
6s for range. Yarp. Don't know why we measure. Nobody's moved in ages.
No.
It's not like distances have compressed. It's some sort of Doppler effect. Oh my God! Not 1, John. Not 1. So they've been terrible. He's not been great. They've been mediocre. The guys who couldn't even get over the Bocage have been complete abject failures. 1 shot into a Firefly on that flank. Actually, no, it'll be 3 shots because they still get to fire.
Yep.
So 3 shots into the Firefly.
Go for it.
At least there's no coverage.
Yeah.
So as they just stare at him there on the left. 4s.
4s.
Survey says Lair. It's the only one that hit though.
1 hit.
Just 1 hit.
11
11.
over 6.
So 5s or 6s to
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it is 11 over 6.
Yeah.
5 or 6. 6.
6 grand. Not even a firepower to bail you.
Nope.
That's somewhat upsetting. And then 3 shots, I think, from these gentlemen here into this Cromwell. Well, they're 2 separate units, aren't they?
No, they're the same
They're the
unit.
same unit. Okay. So yeah, into
These 2 are the same unit.
into those 2 then. So 3 shots. Just cover.
Yes.
5s. Ooh. 5 and a lair.
Okay.
So 1 on each.
2 saves then.
2 saves.
So the one between the buildings
Yes.
needs a 5 or a 6. Fails.
Ooh, fails. Possible.
The second one, 5.
5. So
So-
possible to bail him.
Yep.
No. Possible to kill his friend. Yes, with a lair.
All right, so this one's destroyed then.
Yes.
All right, more smoke. I'll get more.
Yes.
I'll just
Oh, you're divvying up the disappointment smoke?
share it now.
Share the disappointment across the armoured flank. Okay. Right.
Is that you?
I think that is 100% me, regardless of whether or not I want it to be. Yes, yes it is. So over to you.
My turn 4 now.
Freund. Yes, your turn 4. Checks for your...
Last man here.
Yeah, and
last
that
man
Cromwell
here.
there as well, yeah.
For Firefly, it's
I think they're all on 4s, aren't they, for motivation? Motivation. Hard left, red box on the top.
the Firefly is 4,
Yeah.
which he fails.
He just pops then.
He just goes away.
Yeah, he decides sticking around is not good. All his friends are dead.
Yeah. So this tank removes,
Yeah.
or it doesn't become a rack.
Well, it's up to you.
I'll just remove it.
It makes no. It's not going to be blocking me there anyway. There's
True.
space.
The Cromwell.
Yes.
The Cromwells are motivation 5.
Ooh, they've been through the wars, literally.
Failed.
Oh, another one gone.
Also gone.
So,
Running away. That has brought me not great, because that's one complete troop left.
yes,
Half a troop and the command troop,
they're untouched though, but they're attached,
but they're attached.
so
But the attachments don't matter.
they don't count towards
No.
good standing.
If these guys break, these guys go away as well.
It's really these two little fellows here, this Crommy, and that's what's holding you at the moment.
Yeah.
If I can make them go away, then these guys are going to have to test.
Yeah.
That's good news.
Which could potentially ruin the whole lot.
Yes, let's hope that happens. I mean, at this stage, you could pull them back and attempt to reinforce with a full unit instead. Because if they sod off and aren't a target anymore,
Yep.
then it's one less. It's not a risk so much.
Yeah. It's not great though.
It's it's
Not ideal.
like I said, it was working on the flanks. If only had done actually some of the blitzings and stuff, it would have been a bit better.
If you'd been able to push a little harder this turn,
Yeah.
half my army might have just disappeared. Right, I need to do some cross checks.
Okay.
I'm going to start ramming stuff down your throat.
Feel free. It's what I'm here for.
That's what they say.
Yeah,
So-
2 units on the table or in reserve.
Yeah.
It's destroyed for a formation check.
So my cross checks are 3 across the board. That's fine. My command troop is going to all attempt to cross.
Okay, I'll move all my cards
Okay.
because they're all in your way.
Because you can sort of see them hanging about down here on the map. But
Oh, you'll be able to see them massively whenever I do this there.
yeah, whenever you change the camera.
Oh,
That's the wrong one.
of course it's the
Just
wrong one.
So these guys are going to try and cross and start coming up behind the 6-pounders here.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're doing that, but they're going to do it.
I mean, there really is, what's the phrase? Defence in depth
Defense and depth.
on this flank.
In fact, they might actually be better just sitting still and just waiting for this line to collapse. But
I mean, you don't have to wait for it to collapse. Aren't you a commander? Can't you get on the radio and tell them to fall back in good order
I could.
rather than collapsing?
But I'm not going to.
Nobody wants to collapse.
First Cromwell, cross check, fine. Second Cromwell, cross check, fine. Third, fine. Fourth, fine. Everybody moves. Everybody is fine. We're all sort of 10 inches here, I think.
Yep.
Or are we 12? We're 12.
For hoppings,
Yeah. We're 12 inch for tactical on Cromwells.
yes, 'cause they're little blitzers, but you're going cross country, aren't you? Or sorry, terrainy.
So it's
Oh yeah, aye. So 16 normally, down to 12 for bunking over the top of the bocage.
yep. Right. Hey. We're gonna do some stuff now, I think. On this flank, we're gonna have to try and tidy it up a bit more. But that should be alright.
Yeah, James, I think version 3 was better. This is theoretically simpler, but they've stripped out things like being able to push tanks of a lower armour value out of your way. So my Tigers are being stopped by things that they should realistically just put the belly into and push aside.
Yep.
Likewise, driving through buildings and hoping you don't fall in the cellar is also hilarious.
Yep.
So,
It's I sort of stumbled with 3 because the people that were teaching me 3 at the time were just, they knew it so much and they weren't explaining
they weren't
why.
yeah, they were just going, you've lost now.
Yeah.
You can take your toys and go home.
That's it.
Was it James?
No, it was Carl.
Okay, well, Carl would be my second guess after James.
I drove the hour and a half it was out to his place at the time to last 2 turns
Nice.
and have a King Tiger in my army with the unreliable rule just break down and just sit there.
Very nice.
So
That's how you introduce people to a game, folks. In
Yeah,
case you're wondering,
smashed them
you
to bits.
smash them to bits and make sure they never want to play it again.
That's it.
That's how you build a hobby in your area.
Yeah, good times, I guess. These are going to sit as a flank protect.
Yes.
I think they're just going to sit here and direct fire anything that crosses into their face. Screw the infantry, it doesn't matter. I can.
Hasn't that been said by every armoured commander ever?
I technically
Screw the infantry, they don't matter.
I technically hold 2 objectives.
But this is it. This is the meat and potatoes of said thing.
I
With
have
the best
held-
will in the world.
I am holding you up.
Yes. Relentlessly stopping me from going anywhere I want to go.
like home.
So,
Right, well, I'm just going to break into the shooting then. Firefly over this far flank.
yes.
He's going to take 2 pops at those Panzer IVs. He is going to need.
Found them.
He's going to need 6s.
Yay. Sorry. I'm just so happy I hit the button the first time and got
You
the
hit
right,
the right button, but you're
got
not
the right side of the board.
looking at. Well, you've got the right side of the board.
Yeah. That's the important thing, John. Everything else is gravy after that. So him, bush,
The Firefly you can't see.
the barrel.
You
I
can
see
see the barrel of it. Yeah.
Going to shoot over there at
Going to
them.
shoot over there at them. That's right. Halted rate of fire 2.
Stick at you with your 2 shots.
He's looking for 6s.
Jumpers for goalposts.
He does not get 6s.
Good.
There's a 2 and a 1. The Cromwell next to him is going to do the exact same thing at 6s and does not get anything. Great. The 6-pounders, 3 of them, 6 shots. Also looking for 6s and hit 1. Yay.
Save.
Tank 11.
4 will be firepower check to bail.
Firepower check
Because
to
it'll
bail.
be equal.
Okie dokie. That is 4+. And we don't.
Ooh, good news, everyone.
For the love of God.
Dun, 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 dun. I do see what you're saying about taking my infantry out of the firing line here and putting them in a building. However, the only buildings are these ones.
Yep.
And when I put them in these buildings, there's a whole squad / platoon / team over there who'll just start shooting them. So
Yeah.
at the moment, I much prefer just to keep them where they are and just hammer them forward to try and strafe the gun teams.
Can I shoot over the head of friendly units? That,
Well,
like,
well, this is what I was talking about earlier.
the anti-tank gun teams, can I fire over their heads?
You've seen them in real life.
I know
What's the clearance like? Because if I remember correctly, Cromwells are massively tall.
Cromwell's, the gun of the Cromwell's about here.
Yeah, for people at home, that's round about 2 meters.
About here.
Yeah,
A 6-pounder sitting on the ground is the height of the gun shield's there.
yeah. So I have absolutely no problem with that. But what will be a problem is you've got
Shooting through 2 rows of hedges.
3 rows of bocage,
Oh, yeah,
so
3
you're not
rows.
going to be able to do that.
No, it would
so
be
yeah,
like 9.
I would let you, but because of the bocageage, you can't.
But
Yes,
it's only 2 rows of
it's
hedges.
only 2 because they're there. Yeah, but still 2 inches is the blocking.
Next turn.
Yes,
Probably.
just drive over the top of the 6-pounders. Imagine you're Michael and just go straight over the top of them.
Yeah. We're gonna direct fire this building again with
Yes.
the sextons. 4s needing
6s.
6s again. 2 hits.
Oh, that's filthy.
Thump.
That sounds like some poor infantry about to get slapped. No. Save both.
Amazing.
Reroll because brutal.
Yes.
Save 1.
Oh.
Firepower check to kill an MG team.
That is a 3 and the firepower is a 2.
Oh, that's nasty. You're nasty.
Bunch of dudes just got turned into jam.
You have to hose them off the Tiger that's parked outside the front. That's appalling.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Why would you do that?
Is it because dragons bend?
Yes.
What would Whitman do? Whitman would die, as he very well...
He did eventually. Not,
He did.
not in this engagement though. Not today.
On August 8th, he
Yeah.
did what he thought he would do and ran across the field in the front of, in open ground against 2 troops of Shermans.
Yeah.
And the results were exactly what you would expect.
Yeah, he did the Fury maneuver, which is why it annoys me so much in that film.
Well, that tiger died as well.
Yeah. No, but that's what I'm saying. It annoys me because the only person who ever did it in the entire German army was Wittmann. Every other Tiger commander, right, you know what I'm going to do?
I'm going to sit here.
I'm going to sit in this hedge 3 miles away and take pot shots at you.
Yep. I'll kill you eventually. That is my... Infantry needs to shoot.
Yes.
I can't be... I'm almost at the stage where I can't be arsed firing this infantry.
You'll let me take the pin marker off.
I know.
More importantly, you've a chance to eventually rout them at that point, then maybe I won't hold that objective.
That's true. Yeah, but the tanks are there.
Oh, the tanks won't be there for long. Tanks are planning on leaving there as quickly as they can.
Sure. Fair enough. 14.
Dun, 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 dun.
What would Whitman do? Whitman would turn himself inside out, as he did. Okay, looking for 6s.
Whitman, take the wheel. Yes.
Whitman, take the wheel. Well, that's promising. This time. That is 4 hits.
Weirdly, one of my Panzer commanders is actually Battlefront's von Luck model.
Yeah.
Because he's such a nice model. He also comes with a dismounted version that's standing by a telegraph pole asking for directions in France. It's good.
Good. 4 hits. 5 hits.
5
sorry.
hits and
5
all
hits
6s.
Yes.
Christ on a bike.
Well, it has
Rats.
to be 6s to hit you, though.
Rats. 3s.
Yeah.
Save all but 1. So firepower check.
Firepower check on the rifles is 6. Oh, you swine. 5.
5. So it does mean my pin marker stays on. I thought that pin marker was coming off this turn.
Yeah.
Until the ridiculous 6s.
Piat. Hits.
Go for firepower.
Firepower.
Oh, that's going to be killing someone.
Yep. Firepower is 5 on that.
Yeah. Right, that unit might break.
2-inch mortar. Missed.
Missed. That's okay.
That's fine.
Definitely pinned anyway.
We did some work.
1, 2, 3.
3 teams
3
left.
teams left. How many teams required for good order? I think it's more than that. I think it might be 5 teams or something like that. I'll find out. You can continue doing your stuff.
I don't have anything else to do.
Oh, is that you done?
That's my last bit of...
3 or more infantry teams, so they're still in good spirits.
Just.
How are they in good spirits? There's nothing good about that situation at all.
They have had a full platoon of infantry firing at them every turn. They've had indirect and direct fire from 90mm guns.
Our survey says, will they unpin this turn? Be motivated, people. Be motivated to not be shot to death. Not that motivated, apparently. They will remain pinned. Right, let's see if we can get our little fellows over there. He said in a high questioning voice. Okay, so panzers on the flank, they will, with the best will in the world, cross that bocage. How will they cross that bocage? See, it's not as easy as it looks.
No, it's not.
Well, one of them won't, so I'll put that bog back down there. And his friend, he will on a lair. So he's going to hop over. Just going to move your dice out of the way.
Sure.
So he'll come to there. That's a good way to go, that way. And he'll go to there. Ready to go next turn, maybe, depending how they're feeling. You need to sort yourself out, matey boy. And then, these guys have seen the trouble that crossing causes. So
They're going to have to cross because they've got no street access.
they do. You,
Oh, yeah.
Cromie was there.
The one that ran away.
Ran away.
Yep.
So I could plough in there and just drive down Main Street. It's forcing them to come in a direction. I don't know if that's the direction they want to come in there. No, sod it. We're going to attempt to go over. Mr. Man. He'll just be able to get over that and no more. And he does. Go Team Tiger Awesome. And then the other two will be a flying V ready to cross next turn with the other one. I mean, it's a thing of beauty, John.
Yeah.
Were it not for the bogged down symbol behind them, it's a thing of beauty. And then over here, L'Infantry will run screaming towards the guns again. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking he's not really going to assault gun teams dug in behind Bocage, is he?
He is. I know you. I know you are.
Think I might be. Let's see whether or not these panzers can actually cross some hedgerow. First one says, yes, yes I can, and I love it. I love it so much. It's the best thing ever. And his mate will also cross. And he also adores it and thinks it's absolutely wundersham, as I believe they say in France.
Yeah.
And the last one will also pop over. Because it's great fun being a panzer. And then, what's that rumbly noise? Oh, that's very super cocked. It's on an edge. That's Michael Wittmann coming around the corner. Picking up the field mice and bopping them on the head. Hello. My name is Michael Wittmann. You may remember me from battles such as... That dice has vanished into the ether. Don't see that again.
Nope.
All right. They all look very, very fancy there. So I'm sure they'll be fine. Tigers down Main Street. Where were they going to go then? Again, can't push things out of the way because pushing things isn't allowed. No allowed pushing. Guess his
book?
memoirs.
Yeah.
Panzer Commander. It's a fantastic book.
That's how you learn about Hans von Luck.
Right. I think the Tigers are possibly going to come round this way. They're not fitting through any of those buildings though. Right. So, I do apologise, John.
Do you?
I do.
Why?
I'm going to give you an out, John.
Are you?
Yeah. No matter how this game ends.
Uh-huh.
I forgot to do man alone or last man standing for that Tiger because it was a two-man unit. So he should have been making motivation checks a long time ago. Now he does pass on a 3-up,
Which is fair.
but I've just remembered he's not all part of the same group and he bugs out. So
-1 Tiger.
Minus unit Tiger, and more importantly, 1 unit has gone from that formation. The other 2 then are combined. In fact, we know what happened. Hummel's little one is not going to be there in a moment. I think by the time he's crossed this bocage, he'll have ended up in assault camo. I think that's what's going to happen. So he will 4 inches to there, crossing on 2s will do so. He can get to here quite comfortably, and his friend will also cross, and they can. Oh my! Oh, what happened there? Oh, away with you, plastic tiger! That's for a Kampfgruppe from late war Berlin. That's just made up of all the crap tigers they had left over that they repaired, slapping things together. So that's made that much more interesting over there. Now that I'm down at Tigray.
Yep.
So shootings. Our survey says. Hello, Cromwell. Michael can see you. Can't see the Firefly, but he can see you. So 3 into the Firefly. I say that's into the platoon, so it doesn't make a difference. Although he's a different silhouette, so he could have been picked out first, but blah, 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 blah. 3 dice. Cover. 5s. 5 lair. So 3 saves.
3 saves.
1 will be on 1 tank and 2 will be on the other tank. Presumably you want
1 on the Firefly and 2 on the Cromwell.
Yeah, which would really annoy Michael then, because he won't have a target. I don't think.
You're straight onto firepower on the.
Oh,
Cromwell,
because you're not under the 16. So 2 on the Crommy. Survives. Well, bailed out.
Bailed.
1 on the Firefly. Bailed. All bailed. In that case, I will shoot the Cromwell with Wittmann, simply because if I bail him again, you make a motivation check, and if you fail it, he bursts. So yep. I can't kill it, but I can make sure that people never want to get back in that vehicle.
Yep.
So same again, 5s. Lair.
Straight on the firepower.
Straight on the firepower, and because it's penetrating, all I can do is bail you, so I don't need to roll it.
Yeah.
So you just need to make a motivation check for the Cromwell.
For that platoon.
Yep.
Motivation is reluctant 5. Failed.
Failed. So Crommy goes. Technically, Firefly's still there. He'll have to attempt to remount in last man next turn.
Yeah. Oh dear.
And then no other shooting, because all the other tanks are currently at odds with each other. So I think.
Are the infantry going to assault?
I think the infantry are going to assault. You're within 4 inches, aren't you? I mean, I think you can do defensive fire though, which, if memory serves, friends within can also, in which case I'm going to get a lot of machine guns from all that platoon of tanks right behind them. They're going to shoot before we go into this obvious.
Okay.
Because I just remembered that. That's how assault works. I declare, you do defensive fire, friends join in, and my unit gets smeared. So, moving rate of fire, 7 dice of a rifle MG. 4, 6, 7. Hitting you on
4s. Everything's 4s.
5s because of the bocage.
Yep.
3 layers. So 3 saves.
Sure. On the anti-tank guns, yeah.
Yes.
3 pluses. Saved all.
That sounds about right. See, infantry and guns are like space marines in this game. That's why you want them always. Combined arms is the way of it. I'm done.
Right.
So, him
Needs to remount.
needs to remount and make a man alone.
Yep.
I'd make the man alone first, because then it saves you going, I've remounted, and then he's fled anyway.
So the motivation,
Yeah.
4. He fails.
So he hops.
He goes away.
I'll give you that.
That's not good.
But you still have 2.
Yes, I have the command and
Yeah.
the last platoon
So,
there. Interesting. We're kind of just hanging in there. This flank is in a bad
beasted.
place.
Yes.
This is done. There's a bit of potential still over there, but not a lot.
This is turn 6.
Is it?
It's 5 or 6. It's one of
I
those.
think it's 5.
Okay, so potentially another turn to push and see.
Yeah.
Ask the question anyway, as they say.
Do I just go balls to walls now? Do I just try everything I can right now?
Be all that you can be.
Yes.
I would.
We're going to do something silly. Or attempt to do something silly.
It's the day for it.
It's the day for it. We are going to shift this infantry into this row of houses.
Yes. Out of one into the other.
Huh?
Out of one and into the other.
Out of one into the other. They have 8-inch movement, they can do it. So,
Yeah.
bonk. And then I can just swap the roofs over, because that's how we roll.
There were specifically rules for pushing wrecks in 3rd edition. I can't find them in 4th, Gerald. So, but yes, I agree. You should be able to. But the old rule was if your armour was heavier, you could push it out of the way without any issues. So Tigers could push things like Stuarts and stuff around, which made sense, whereas Stuarts, not so much if they came up against a hulking King Tiger or an ISU or something like that.
Right, this is the sort of slight desperate motion now of getting all this infantry into the fight, because they've been hanging around so long.
Yeah, well, keeps them out of mischief and off the streets.
Still holding 2 objectives,
Yes.
which is fine. These guns need to do something. This command platoon needs to do something. I might try and cross with 2 of them, because 2 of them have 90mm guns.
Petarded.
Yes. Just to try and sort. This infantry might get sorted now anyway. I don't know.
Well, you know, they're all going to be sitting with 3+ Space Marine armor save. So, removing infantry is always a trick.
It is. Yeah, I'll try and cross with the centaurs. I know they're not really centaurs, but it doesn't matter. So
They are to you, John.
Yeah, they are to me, because they have 90mm guns. Therefore, they are centaurs. The Tank Museum in Bovington will tell me I'm wrong, but sure, what do they know?
That's true.
So this guy crosses 3. Chuck him in there. This guy does not cross.
Oh.
He sort of just... bleh.
Well, he'd probably move up to where the hole in the fence he was, because he's not going to run over the 6
You can shove
pounders.
up there.
Yeah.
This guy crosses. The commander himself does not, so they just sit there. It's fine. That has given me some stuff to shoot with. This last tank platoon, I don't know. I could throw them at this massive junk, but I don't know. It's not easy enough to get to them. Is the problem?
Yeah. Navigating the blocked streets of a ruined French village/town is remarkably tricky.
It is. I do have a lot of movement though if I want to road dash, which I may as well road
I mean,
dash.
there's such a big open road here, and nobody's on it, because the far end is absolutely choked with dead tanks.
Yeah. I think those tigers are going to do something silly, so I'm not going to... That's what I'm trying to do, James. Get some Daka Daka down on them. Oh, I forgot infantry team. I left an infantry team behind.
Left a man behind. Never leave a man behind.
This lot can go into the bottom of this building. Sit like that. Grand. That's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to start shooting from there. We'll come around here. First up, going to direct fire into the building again.
Why would you not?
4, needing 6s. 1 hit.
1 hit. Could this be the turn I don't get pinned?
You need to...
Could this be the turn I don't get pinned?
Remember, it's brutal.
Could this be the turn I don't get pinned? I just need to not take 4 more hits from the machine guns. Lair. 5. So they're fine.
Okay. Then that infantry platoon.
Yes.
Which is 4.
You know, it'd be awesome. You know, it'd be amazing.
12. If I missed.
If my guys unpinned ever and got another chance to shoot. They've shot once and spent the rest of the time with their tails tucked firmly between their legs.
You're safe.
So I'd take the pin away
You
finally
can
because
take
I'd
the
not
pin away.
taken 5 hits.
So the Piat misses, the mortar misses. There you go. They're not pinned anymore.
They're not pinned. Prepare to receive devastating counter battery fire of 3 teams next turn.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
Over here then, so the Centaur is going to fire onto the infantry. He's going to fire his 90mm gun.
Yes.
Because why not? It's only rate of fire move 1 anyway, so that doesn't matter.
So moving gives it a +1 to hit.
Yes, so it's...
So you'll just be on
5.
5s. Yep.
I missed.
Oh dear.
The Cromwell on the other end.
Yes.
He's going to fire his machine guns
Yes.
into the infantry. Or is he...
They're in the open. Now's the ideal time for machine guns.
That's it.
More dice. Because you don't have to worry about firepower there.
Yep.
You're just getting straight hits and saves.
Rate of fire 4. It's going to be 4s.
Yes, just straight 4s.
All 4 hit.
Okay. Yeah, James, I think if we were to play this again, house rules would be coming in for moving vehicles. Even if we don't go, you can drive through buildings. If we go, buildings are out of bounds, can't do that.
Yeah.
But I think shunting
Racks.
wrecks out of the way would be a good thing to do. 2 fail, 2 saves. So 2 little MG teams. Poor little fellows. Him and...
I didn't roll my firepower though.
Don't need firepower because they're not on bulletproof cover because you're up against the Bocage, so you ignore them. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Give them machine guns now because it's more chances. Give them a dose.
The 6-pounders can't hurt the Tiger.
Yeah, they can they not? What's your firepower? My
11.
So 1s and 2s on my armor save would be potentials. So it's not as effective, but yeah, your
The Panzer IVs.
Panzer IVs are more meaty, more meaty, gooder, big chunks.
6 shots then. Even 4s? 'Cause they're in the open
Yes,
now.
they're in the open.
2, 4 hits.
So 5s.
5s.
This guy closest to Wittmann is taking 2 in the face.
Okay.
The other 2 are singular.
Yep.
So 2 in the face. He takes 1,
Okay.
and then other guy. He is firepower to bail, firepower to destroy, firepower to destroy.
Okay. The Bale.
Yes.
My firepower needs what? 4s.
So no.
Nope.
He's okay.
The first destroyed
Yep. Yes.
kills it. The second blows it up as well. So that's 2 Panzer IVs down.
Smoke of shame is coming my way. Smoke of shame, courtesy of boots, I think. Smoke of shame, smoke of shame. It's like tiny little marshmallows.
Yeah.
I could pull them out, feather them into more interesting smoky bits, but I'm not going to. You can't make me. Right. It's looking better now on this flank.
It is looking better on that
And
flank.
I've still got the infantry to go into the infantry.
You're right, I moved them, so
Yes.
it's 14 shots initially then. 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I can't count. Okay, cool, sweet, nice. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Rifle teams first.
Yes. Found the missing dice. Don't worry, folks.
Uh-huh. Let me see.
Hit me on
'cause I
fours.
moved. It's only 7.
Aye, because you're on movement rate of fire. Correct. Mr. Bond.
On 4s.
On fours. To me. It's not threes. Well, it's 2 threes. I can't see the rest. It's building in the way.
There is 4 hits.
4 hits. MG, 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 MG. 1 on each.
Yep.
Space Marines. All but one. One field.
One firepower.
No, 1 dead Space
One
Marine.
dead. Okay. Piat team.
Pete.
I could fire the Piat into the last Panzer IV.
You could do. Why would you not?
Well, yeah.
Top armor, mate. You're in a building above him.
Yep.
Now's an ideal time.
True. Let's go for it then. How does the Piat work?
Single shot, and because it's rate of fire 1, it's probably +1 to hit as well. Because you moved.
Slow firing. Yeah. So 5s.
Yeah.
We missed.
Oh, it's so close.
2-inch mortar team into the infantry.
Yes.
Missed.
No.
That is it.
Yes.
They're pinned now because
They are
took all
pinned. They took over 5 of the finest things.
they took a lot of hits.
Took several hits. Pop my little pin marker.
Equal opportunities crumping so far. Agreed, Ben.
No. Because they're pinned, that really stymies them on the
Assault.
defensive fire.
Ah.
If you assault them, I would get my moving rate of fire shooting at you.
Yep.
Which is 1 dice per 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could potentially pin you if you attempt to assault me, only if everybody hits.
Yeah.
But it's a 50-50, so
It's more entertaining for me just to shoot you down in the open, though.
that's fine. I was giving you the opportunity before we move off your turn.
No.
Okay.
No. We'll let you sit.
So me, turn 6. Mm-hmm. I think by the end of this one we'll know what's going on anyway. Let's see whether or not the nice Panzer commander decides whether or not he wants to stay. Is he motivated? Not on a 2, he's not. I wouldn't have thought so anyway. Where's my cards? Cards are there.
We must be close to breaking something by now.
I'm closer to breaking you. That'll be my second unit gone.
Yeah.
But it's 1 unit from one formation and 1 unit from the other formation.
Yep.
So no. Whereas you are much closer to losing a full formation. Panzer 4. Motivation 4+. Yeah, so he's definitely popped. He books it back off to the Rhineland. So, with that in mind, unpin the nice little infantry. Infantry, lair. They can unpin. Why can't you unpin? Guys over there. See how easy that was? Simple.
They've had more fresh air, to be fair.
They have had a lot of it. Right, let's attempt to sweep in and deal with your artillery at the back. So coming over the top of the wall. I keep calling it wall. It's a bocage hedgerow, but you know what I mean. Gentlemen, crosses like an absolute legend. So much of a legend, I forgot to bring my tape measure to see how much of a legend he was. Right there. Mm-hmm. Next one, I was about to roll the bogged down marker, which wouldn't have worked because it's a flat thing.
Yep.
Here's to there. His little friend who will attempt to catch up. There. He does. He's just going to come to there. Look, echelon again, John. I'm all about the echelonings.
And they're in the right direction this time?
Yep. And then, let's go for these. Will they get over? I so want to. John, hand me a bookie. Do I gun and run? You know what? I'm going to be a sod here. Throw me under 2. I'm actually going to do this instead. And I wasn't going to, but now I feel like I'm going to have to. These guys are going to push into town itself.
Okie doke.
Conga lining my way down there through that gap, while the tigers are going to come up and over, which he will, like an absolute monster. Fine, he's going to go there because he's so fat and slow and lumbering, and his mate isn't even going to get to make a test this turn. Go tigers, plough through the bocage. That was another thing, because obviously, like I keep saying, they've made this play faster by stripping out a lot of extraneous rules. If you got bogged down on bocage, you bowed up.
That's right, yeah.
Which meant people shot your front glacis plate instead, and so it counted as top armour. So it was great watching tanks bogged down in bocage and then just shooting them in the soft, fleshy underbelly,
Yep.
which I thought was a terrific rule, quite frankly. Wittmann is going to attempt to blitz,
Go for it.
which he does on a lair. Not to be confused with Honor Blackman. Different. Just going to go there, just because I want a halted rate of fire, but I want to be able to see the meat. And my infantry are already in prime position to shoot your guns and then assault them. So that is what they're going to attempt to do. So sweepings, punkings, coming into townings, going with the thing. There's tigers around, but let's face it. Because this will probably be this turn 6 will make this the last one and see where we're at, which I think will be a British retention unless I can wheak something out the bag in this.
The direct fire AP of a 25 pounder. Unfortunately, its anti-tank is only 9.
It's 50-50 then.
Yeah.
So, but we'll see whether or not they're still there, because I'm about to fire 3 shots into them.
Probably. Well, there's 4 of them.
Yeah, but the last one has to make a motivation check and not sod off. He'll be fine. Okay.
He won't be fine.
Glad to hear that.
He is fearless of all things, though.
That's because he hasn't been around long enough to know any better.
Their artillery crew, they don't see tanks that
Yeah, they hear the rumbling and assume it's friends. You're all under 16, so hitting on 4s, 5s for the cover.
Yeah.
You'll be pleased to hear that's 2. But the 3 misses, so that's a bit disappointing.
You're straight to firepower because they're only armour 3.
I'd like to hear that. 2 firepower, 2 kill. Bump, bump.
Oh, wait, no. Smoke of shame.
Oh, the smoke of shame, yes. You can't see us on either of those. Only one of which was pointing that direction. You can see it there, though.
You can see it there, yeah.
Have some smoke. So disappointing that the faces have exploded. Now, over here, Michael
Yeah.
is going to lump 2 shots into the Cromwell Command
Yep.
platoon, requiring 5s.
Yep.
5 and a lair.
2 hits.
2 hits.
Not good.
Not great, and it'll be
Those 2.
straight to firepower.
Firepower, yeah.
Petard, bailed. Commandro, exploded.
Oof. The commander's the one with his head out the hatch. Which
Oh, is he? Oh, in that
second
case,
row.
no, it's just a
That's
regular
that's
crummy.
The 2 icy.
Oh dear, that's a terrible shame. Just like the smoke of shame. Have you got bailed out marker?
I shoot.
For his friend. His friend can have that. And then halted rate of fire into these filthy things. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of those from the rifle MGs. And our survey says 8. And then we'll get on to the shrekage in a minute. So 8 shots. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. 5s. Use this little thing as a, what do you call it? 3 hits. 3 saves.
3 saves on the 6-pounders.
Yes.
3
please.
ups. 1 fail.
Firepower says no. So close. Then Shrek. Halted rate of fire of 2. Don't mind if I do, sir. So 5s. No. It's like firing them. And then Faust. Faust might be too short, actually. Oh no, because I'm within assault range, so it is within 4. No, miss him as well. Aww. Aww. Shame. So they're not even pinned.
No.
I may charge them anyway out of badness, because I think there's not much more going on there of what I can do. Gentlemen, is there?
I think so.
No. Oh, my infantry in the building. It's been so long since I've seen my infantry in that building. They can shoot 3 dice worth of shot. One of them's a Panzerfaust SMG that is almost undoubtedly not close enough. So
Yep.
two dice of shot for the team and 2 dice for the Panzer Shrek, which I'll roll separately because it's better firepower.
Yeah, go for it.
So 4s, 5s,
5.
1 hit.
1 hit.
Save me.
Where is my save? My save is 3.
3.
They're fine.
See, Space Marines. Oh, no. Not hitting you with the Panzer Shrek.
Well, at least they did something.
That's
now
the
that they're unpinned.
That's the second. That's I have a 6-turn game. That is turn 1 and turn 6. They fired,
Yep.
and all the rest in between, they were just pinned, getting eaten.
Yep.
Eaten away. Right. I am an assault.
Go ahead.
I don't know if your gun teams can defensive fire.
I don't think so.
It makes absolutely no sense to me that they can. I know infantry can, and I know machine guns and like on vehicles can.
Yeah.
But maybe gun teams can do it. Maybe that's how that works these days. Who knows?
Who knows?
So, who can defensive fire? Each enemy team within 8 inches of one that's in contact can shoot as if it was their shooting step. Defending teams use their halted rate of fire. Cannot fire artillery. That is the only restriction. So,
And it's not an artillery unit?
yeah. So, your guns can attempt to shoot me, as can anybody else within 8 inches, which is probably going to end up being a big chunk of the guys in these buildings.
It's pretty much all the guys in those buildings.
Well, it's once I make contact, but I'll be contacting along a broad front.
Yeah.
So that's our marker. It will not be him.
That's fine.
Yeah. This one team at the end will not be. Everybody else is fair game, though. Can you do 5 hits? You don't even have to kill me. You just have to pin me.
What about the tank teams behind?
Oh, yeah. They're within 8.
There's a lot of machine gun fire coming your way.
There is a
then.
lot of machine gun fire, but I have faith in
Yeah.
your poor dice rolling and my spectacular assault. I don't think I can get a victory on this. We might if we played on into the night. I might be able to push you off an objective before turn 11 like they suggest in the scenario.
Yeah.
But I think whatever that is, 3-odd hour game is probably sufficient, John.
We're just
Yeah.
over the 3-hour mark now.
Yeah, so I'm
Because we're 4 hours on the stream.
I'm quite fine with that.
Right, the 2 Cromwell teams are going to fire first.
Yes.
Because they're the easiest, because they're 8 shots.
Yes.
They require what?
Cover. So
4s,
5s.
5s. 2 hits.
I'm going to mark how many hits here, because I'll know when I hit the 5 pins and then I can cry.
Right, so that's 2 so far.
2. I'll roll those saves now. I make those saves.
Okay, the infantry then, it's everybody but the...
Everybody but the last stand there.
Okay, so all rifle teams bar 1.
So 6 rifle.
6 rifle, which is... 6 rifle, halted 2, 6 is 12. 6, 8, 10, 11, 12 shots with the rifles.
I feel like someone's going to get hurt tonight, and it might be these little guys right here.
5s?
Yes, please. No. No, not
No?
5s. 4s. 'Cause you're shooting in by a back, you're not shooting past Bocage.
Oh boy. That's 6 hits.
6 hits, right? Well, I'm pinned,
Yep.
so that's bang goes my idea of assaulting to victory.
Yeah.
But hey ho. Will I tell you though that you didn't kill anyone?
No.
Oh no, you killed 3.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that'll be main line gone, and I imagine there's a Piat and a mortar about to be binged in there as well.
May as well be.
Because I could take care of the last 2.
Piat, misses, mortar, hits.
Ooh,
2-inch mortar.
I feel my save, if that's any help. So,
Overhead fire and slow firing, that's it.
Yeah.
It's just... Did you save him?
no, I didn't.
No, you didn't?
Hang on a minute for the people playing at home. Let's just have a look and see who's alive. No one is alive. They're all dead. Well, he's alive, but I'm fairly certain he's about to book it in the opposite direction.
The 6-pointers still have to fire defense?
Yeah, his assault is not going to work, is what I'm going to say on that one.
Do you want me to fire the 6-pointers?
I don't mind, because I feel I'm going to be picking him up in a second. So,
Well, we'll do... 4s?
yeah, no, yes, yeah, because you're up against the Bocage.
2 hits.
2 hits. 2 saves. Save 1. I was right. I was
Yep.
picking him up. So he goes away.
Well,
That's not fun.
have I cleared a flank?
No, Vitman's still there.
I don't care about Vitman.
Still care about Vitman.
He dies in a couple of weeks anyway.
Spoilers. Spoilers for the
He
Second
runs
World-
off and does something stupid in a couple of weeks.
Spoilers for the Second World War. End of my turn.
Well, that was end of my turn. No, that was
No,
your
I was assaulting.
assault. Yeah.
Yeah. So this will be your turn 6.
Yep.
What I will say is, that's fine. Nobody can take that away from you.
Uh-huh. But over here,
Over there, at best I can do is remove them, but they don't count because they're support options. So I can't force a formation break on you anyway,
Yep.
even if we went into further turns.
yep.
So my question to you, John, is do you want to play your turn out to see what you can remove, or do you want to call it there and we'll wrap up?
Happy to call it there, because it doesn't matter what you do, where you put whatever. I have some level of response to what you do.
There's a serious amount of redundancy with the infantry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. So, well, we may as well walk through the board and see where we're at, because it'll be good to know. I'm gonna go floaty cam, because that'll
Okay.
make everybody at home sick.
Or, do you want me to carry the camera, or are you
No, that's fine.
you're going to do it and just make everyone ill?
Yeah. Because we can talk about how the actual battle went for those. So this scenario is set for 11 turns, but that would be a full day's play.
Yeah.
If you're doing that. If I pull this back a bit further before we actually get involved, there we go. And then I go to me. So
Okay.
at the end of the day, so Vitman is currently there with infantry on one flank, which I'm not really worried about with their Piat. 3 Cromwells in front of him, slightly more worried. 6-pounders, not really bothered. In reality, the advance of the Tigers was on 2 roads down here, and this street where the reserves are currently, they actually sat there and picked people off. I think they had a 6-pounder as well backing them up.
Yep.
So the Tigers attempted to cross here and did so piecemeal. And every time one drove past, they got shot by a tank that was just sitting there going, bring it. Eventually, I think somebody like a Panzer IV just floored it and tried to drive past at pace and got shot in the bum instead. So that didn't really work. So the Tigers took a central route down Main Street, which is why I went for the flanks.
Yeah.
Which was partly the idea, but partly they blocked me. And that blocked me as well for a while.
Yeah.
So even with the damage I've done and taking the flanks to a certain degree, the centre of town's still well secured. There's untouched armour, and then at the back,
More untouched
infantry. So they will be going away in the not too distant, but they are superfluous to requirements. The whole idea of holding the centre of town against the German advance is still there.
Still holding the road network, which is
still
the important part.
Yeah. And even down here, I mean, Wittmann will probably take all the shots and I will fail one of his saves at least, and you'll probably knock him out.
Yeah.
Or at least bail him out and he'll run off to find a new home.
It's a matter, game-wise, it's a matter of numbers with a single tank like that. Like, I just keep forcing you to roll saves. It will eventually come my way.
I mean, it's not dissimilar to how the Tigers were dealt with.
Yeah.
You just keep firing until you finally hit a weak spot and take them out,
Yep.
whether it's a track off or something else, one into the turret ring. Either of those work. But it was interesting. I can see why they've set it for 11 turns in the scenario. That book of scenarios is great if you can find a copy. It's from 2nd or 3rd edition. Mm-hmm. It's called the Normandy Campaigns. He said, looking for his copy of it and making sure it comes home with him. Yeah, Normandy Battles. So it's a set of campaigns that literally go from the D-Day landings across multiple beaches up onto land in various areas. So it covers airborne assaults, the amphibious landings, Utah Sword, Easy Green on Omaha. Then there's Point to Hawk. There's a linked set for Villers-Bocage, which goes Wittmann's Ride, 231, and Villers-Bocage itself. There's Barkman's Corner, where he sat with his Panther polishing people off, and so on and so forth. Great set of books, but they're not pick up and play in a couple of hours. Well, the exception of maybe Barkman's and Wittmann's Wild Ride, because they're very small. They are big, dense, sprawling things where you have to do a bit of building. But I really enjoy it anyway.
It's not your typical Flames of War game when you're playing a scenario like this. To me, it feels a lot more tactical, and the forces are kind of asymmetrical anyway.
Yes.
You hit harder, but I have more stuff for you to hit.
Yeah, well, yeah. And for the people talking about the road widths earlier, asking, I think they're pretty much spot on. I wanted them to be roughly 2 tanks wide, which meant in certain places where buildings come in, you may not have the swing room there. Yep. And just by having that, yes, it made it a pain to film around, hence motion sickness cam.
Yep.
But not being able to push past, having knocked out actual units and not being able to push past because there's wreckage in the way, yes, that rule's annoying. But at the same time, it's very fitting, showing the choke points and how all of a sudden an advance that was going well now has to find a new way round, which takes time, and time is, the great enemy.
It kind of stalled through its own success.
Yes.
I destroyed stuff, but now I've blocked my own way out.
So yeah, interesting scenario. I do think, having played this, I think house ruling some of the older rules back in, just for things like pushing vehicles out of the way or whatever it happens to be, is probably a good way to go to make things a bit more accurate and interesting. But yeah, I enjoyed it, despite getting spanked in the end, 2-1 by John. Shocking, absolutely shocking. So yes, hope you enjoyed that. I certainly did. There was very, very many sixes. I've not seen so many sixes in so long. These dice are not going back in the Flames War bag. These dice are staying with me forever. But yeah, so today, 80 years on from Villers-Bocage, the same result happened. The Tigers pushed overconfidently forward, and then got hammered and
Got
knocked
lost.
back as they just got taken apart piecemeal by superior numbers of the British in there. Just couldn't bring enough power to the point at the same time to do it. So yeah, we're going to head on, folks.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you at the weekend. Bye-bye. Now I need to find a button to switch you off, which I think is there. He said.
He said no.
No.